Hello, 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 can you hear me? Good stuff! Good stuff indeed. Welcome! Hello everybody, welcome! Feels like a long time since we were last here in the Holy Roman Empire. But I'm back from my jaunt, from my holiday, and raring to go. Do 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 do. Oh, I am black as well. I have gone very dark. I have got a tan. 2 weeks in the sun, and I've crisped up a bit. Oops! The hell is that noise? Right. Oh dear. I should really do a video update. It's been a very long time. I'm still supposed to be bringing you my new room and all that. I'll get round to it eventually, I promise you. So, yes, where did we leave off last time? Good question. I've completely forgotten to... Well, not completely forgotten. I did watch the last half an hour of the last session to try and refresh my memory. I vaguely remember capturing this duchy here, which is now in the control of my son, after gifting it to him in a holy war against Pomerania. Oh yes. And our current ruler, Emperor Johann, the second Kobyla Emperor, has managed to obtain a rather stable empire through his increased level of diplomacy when compared with his swashbuckling father. So all in all, things have been going rather swimmingly. And now that I've said that in the opening minutes of the session, you know that things are about to come crashing down around our ears due to commentators' curse. So before we crack on with today's session proper, I thought it would be a good idea to A, go round the immediate vicinity and see what's going down in the surrounding countries, and also just see what's happening within our own family. Check out these tabs up here, just make sure that everything is smooth as silk before we set the ball rolling. And I'm thinking today, seeing as we've got a relative peace going on and not much to do, and we're kind of hamstrung with our expansion at the moment due to our high threat level, that we might even, hold on to your hats people, bump it up to 3-speed for a change. Oh, we could get up to lightning pace. The lofty heights of 3-speed, here we come. Anyway, so we'll start in Scotland. Here we are, we have a rather unified Scottish realm for now, run by the rather dashing King Donald III, who is of House Dunkeld, 47, with 4 children, and all in all, things are looking rather good for Scotland for a change. In terms of his vassals, kind of a mixed bag. He's currently in a de jure war over Carrick with the king of some such, you know, Norse faction over there. but that's looking good for Scotland. Ireland is all higgledy-piggledy, as is always the case, as is Wales as well. But we'll take a quick look at England. King William II of House de Normandy 33. He was lacking children last time, but now he has 3. Potential for alliance, maybe? We'll have to check that out. We do have unmarried young whippersnappers here. 2 princesses. We've got Sabina and Justinia, who was slow if I remember, right? No? Yeah, she was the slow one. She's been sent off to the convent, I remember. And Prince Hans, young boy. So there's potential to have some betrothal alliances here. That might be a first thing to crack on with in the session. And there's some prime candidates right here, because these little urchins are unmarried also. England, interesting. We're not bothered. Oh, they're actually starting to spread into to Brittany as well. Expanding their horizons, which is good. We had an alliance previously with France. Of course, the king that we had the alliance with popped his clogs, and then did our father too. The current king is King Simon, 31, House Capet, and has one little daughter here, Princess Heloise of France, who is not the heir, so their line of succession is agnatic primogeniture, males only. But there could be a potential alliance here as well to consider. So our immediate neighbours, ripe for the picking perhaps. I mean alliance. And here over in the war-torn region of Iberia, we have King Sancho III, a child king of just 10 years, already betrothed. Father was murdered 1 year ago. The land is fractured, beset by heresy, and yeah, it's not very good, is it? We have King of Navarra, a couple of children there, 27. It's a very weak nation, though. What else we got going on? That's probably it for down there. Oh, look at that, Barcelona! Is that Barcelona as well? Yeah, it is. Expanding their horizons into Africa. Okay, closer to home then, even closer to home. We have Sicily. We have the King Bohemond of Sicily. Seems like a familiar name from series gone by. He has married his eldest daughter to the Basileus of the Byzantine Empire. His oldest son died of camp fever, and he now has 2 more children who are also ripe for the picking in terms of betrothals. So they've done very well indeed. Yes, you're right. They've unified the tip of the boot and also expanded their horizons into Africa. So all in all, Sicily are doing rather well. And they've got some kind of a betrothal alliance with the Byzantines. Perhaps we should be looking to ally ourselves with Sicily in the first instance. They look like prime candidates to me. Then we've got the Eastern Bloc. We have Poland, still in Queen Jadwiga. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Jadwiga? 31. She's had 4 daughters. 4 in a row. Lucky or unlucky, depends which way you look at it. But females can inherit there, so not a problem. Gavelkind might be, but yes, there's potential there. We have the King Arpad 55, Salman, the drunkard of Hungary, and several elderly children. Croatia's shrinking by the minute, although it is war-torn at the moment, with Hungary being enveloped. There's also a Hungarian revolt going on. And the Byzantines have kind of got a little bit of land back by the looks of it. Are pushing back Rome a wee bit, because I'm sure they were encroaching all the way into the modern day Turkey. They've been pushed back a wee bit. Perhaps people now are beginning to turn their attentions, just as in real life, to gin instead. There. Oh God! Spit on them, gin drinkers, and some more. But they've still got a relative stronghold over here, a little bit further east. So that is the situation there. And Cumania sounds like some kind of a frenzy. Not quite Hulkamania, but Cumania. It could be the next big thing. They're kind of pushing westwards. Don't know who they are. High Chief Kobyla II. Might be worth keeping an eye. They're not too far from us. Could cause a problem. So that is the current state of affairs in terms of the lands around us. Not forgetting, of course, the cold and dreary north. A very beautiful landscape, but very cold nonetheless. We have Norway, King Kolbein of Norway, young king, 20. And he's got a young prince, young son. But the Norwegian land's looking a little bit depleted. And we have a couple of independent duchies now by the look of it. And we have also the King of Sweden, King Inga, 58. 2 children, and not doing too bad. And then we have the Danes just to our immediate north. King Eric the Shadow, a fellow intrigue man, 53. 1 prince, 2 daughters. Right for the picking? Maybe, maybe not. But all these people are in a Christian defensive pact against us because we are nasty people who want to gobble up the whole of Europe for ourselves, and our neighbours don't like it. What a crying shame. So there you go. Anyway, welcome to the newcomers, Claire and Maziga. You popped in as well. Greetings. We were just going through the neighbours, see what's going down, seeing if there's any potential alliances to be had, and I can see 2 that ring a chord with me, and that's going to be England. I think I'm going to try and get an alliance with England, and I think we're going to try and get an alliance with France and Sicily. We're going for 3 alliances. We have 3 kids for 3 alliances. What can possibly go wrong? We'll soon find out. Anyway, in terms of our own affairs, Emperor Johann, who is still just the ripe old age of 39, having fought off pneumonia. Out of patience? What does that mean? He's out of patience. Anyway. Yeah. Kids, eldest kid, Prince Igor, Duke of the newly conquered land of Mecklenburg, now set to rule and prove himself as a ruler to try and win those votes over, because all of our kingdoms and empires are elective at the moment. We have 3 little junior ones, of which we might want to start educating, but we do have a court educator now, who we invited last time. This man, pretty useful, Silvestro do something or other, hard to pronounce name. But our son here, we are tutoring him. That's good. I was going to say that we should tutor him at the very least. And we are tutoring also my half-brother Prince Hans as well. Fair few siblings dotted around the place, all in courts and doing other such nonsense. Half-brothers, half-sisters, courtiers. In terms of our vassal opinion then, if we go by realm tree initially, looking at the most powerful ones, we can see that they all are in the green by some margin. All in the green. All very bright, all very spiffing, all very compliant. We like that. And Oh, not quite 100%. The Grand Mayor of Ancona letting the side down, unfortunately. In terms of our court, very similar. All positive, a couple of negatives thrown in just to confuse us. But nothing that I can see that is highly concerning. My half-brother Yesek not liking us. We have the Scottish homosexual Pope Henry, renamed of course, taking a popey name. Yes, he is our vassal. Here he is, Pope Sergius V, the usurper. Don't blame him, it's not his fault. 35, he is our crony, he is our lackey. We can excommunicate with due to the Holy War success, we now have quite the piety to throw around when we need the Pope to do some work for us. But at the moment everything's calm, so we don't need to excommunicate people just yet. Nobody's anger does that much. Council, quickly go through that then. So we have we are fabricating claims somewhere. I don't know where. Where is he? Oh, he's fabricating claims up here. We'll keep him doing that for the time being, although expansion is going to be an issue until we get our threat levels down. Mayor training the Marshal training troops, collecting taxes, studying technology, and researching cultural tech. We increased our technology last time, did we not? Legalism, yes, so that we can get better laws, so that we could perhaps start putting the administration up, so we can perhaps change the inheritance laws. We're getting there. Reign for 10 years, enforce realm peace, and then try to change the law to late feudal administration, and before you know it, bish bash bosh, primogeniture. House Kobyla will reign supreme. So how long have we reigned? 7 years. 3 years to go. Survive for 3 years, my lad, and prosperity for the family may yet await. We only took over more of Italy. Blah, 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 blah. What's way harder? People overreact. Okay. Changing the succession laws of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh wow. So is that as in now, or is that as in if I was to install the Holy Fury? Because this still seems pretty much as it was when we were playing last time. I mean, this is still a lot harder than it used to be. Still a hell of a lot harder. Oh, so if we were to actually play the new patch. Right, I see. It's a good job we're not playing the new patch then, isn't it? So we need to. Okay, so we're happy with the council. We're happy with the family right now. We're looking to see if we want to perhaps change any laws. We can change. One law is centralization. We could do that now. We are able to do this now. Gives us an increased domain size of +2. Doesn't seem to have any other negative effects. We will be supported by the council. This seems to be quite a good choice. Just let me know your thoughts. My my highly knowledgeable council. Max Crown Authority and Max Centralizer. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's pretty harsh, isn't it? So now that I finish with this playthrough, I am going to install that new patch, do a bit of playing off camera first, and then, as I said, mid next year, maybe towards autumn next year, perhaps even, I'm looking at starting another, third and final. I said this would be the final one, but a third, no, this is the third one, a fourth and final playthrough of CK2. Okay, so medium is good. That seems like a good start to the session. So we'll go with that. Get that enacted straight away. Not bothered about the obligations. Actually, they're quite good anyway. More money from the burgers. Council. The council is pretty. It's been pretty fair with us, to be fair. They have been pretty fair with us. They have allowed us to wage holy war, imprison people that we wanted to imprison, so they haven't blocked us too badly. So even though they have a bit more power than we're used to, I don't think this is necessarily a massive issue at the moment. Speaking of which, let's take a very quick look at the council if we can. We've got a load of minor titles available. We'll have to keep an eye open for people that deserve such titles. We have commanders that need filling. Two Flemings, Kobyla, yep, one more, that would be the fourth. I got confused. I'm easily confused. Right, we have one dissenter who we're trying to win round, and we have two pragmatists, a zealot, two glory hounds, three pragmatists. A bit of a mixed bag. Mixed bag. I will be doing something different. We have done obviously Christian rulers 3 times, so I was thinking of doing something a little bit different. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Okay. We can enforce realm peace now when we're ready. We're not ready just yet though. Alrighty, so that's those tabs sorted. We're happy with that. Military, of course, we have quite the military. We have Levy, which is just, I believe, coming back to our capital to reinforce after the war with Pomerania. So all in all, that's looking good. Intrigues. Plots. I think we'll start the session by auto-stopping all the plots as well. Very low threats. Factions, nothing to write home about. Religion, well, we are religion. We are the definition of religion. You look at the dictionary of the 1108 version, and under the definition of religion, you'll just see our face. We rule. Right, weak plays can be pressed. Duke Popple of Meissen. How strange. Not interested in any of those. Okay. Title loss on succession. Yes, the Kingdom of Italy title could pass from us if we don't get any more votes. Righteous imprisonment. Pinch Archbishop of Carinthia. Duke Siegfried of Franconia. Count Bruno of Plusen. Duke Leopold the Cruel of Upper Lorraine. I mean, I have lost track of what they have all done. So we'll let them lie for now. We're obviously far too much of a soft touch. Our father would be turning in his grave. He'd have them all strung up by the knackers by now, with fingers and thumbs cut off and eyes plucked out for good measure. Vassal inheritance, that's now finished. We can press de Jour's ducal claim. That's against France, though. We might be allied with them very shortly. Right, commanders. Do we have any decent commanders? We're lacking commandability right now. We have not too many decent ones, so we'll go on a commander hunt, I think, to start the session off. So I think we're pretty much good to go. So we need to find some commanders to start the session, and we need to see if we can procure some alliances. So off we tootle. Right, hello, Holder, welcome, thank you. Where were we in the States? I went on a cruise. I went on a cruise, so we were only in the States for a couple of overnight stays and airports. We were mainly sailing the Caribbean Sea, visiting islands and drinking alcohol and all such good stuff. It's very pleasant. You are threatening, are we? Who are we threatening? Are you sure we're threatening? I don't believe we are very threatening. What is wrong with you? We are the Holy Roman Empire. I am a just ruler. I am simply making sure that all of these people are looked after. Never mind. I think it's about time we had a feast also. Oh, we can't because... why can't we? Oh, it has to be November. Fine. Let's start searching for some commanders then. Right, search all. Diplomatic range, yes. We'll start with that. Joint court, yes. Any religion, any cultures, welcome. Oh, and look at this. Lucky, 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 lucky. We have some commanders right in front of our very eyes. Right, no rulers. No females. No offence, of course. And no, I am not converting this to EU4, certainly not. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so we got Artau, Steward of Ferez. He is a brilliant strategist. He's shrewd. He's an inspiring leader. Proud, ambitious, diligent. He's a little stressed. But hey ho, why don't you become a commander and be even more stressed? 24 martial ability. He, of course, needs to come. So that's our first commander. Our second commander, Nuno, commander of Portugal. 23 ability. Brilliant strategist. A bastard. Siege leader. Good for sieging. We need to have these different abilities. Siege, you know, that's good when we're besieging. Put him in charge. Yes. Gregarious. Brave. Sounds like a perfect commander to me. So let's invite him to court. Spymaster. Strong. Just. A bit paranoid. But he has wrath. She's always good. The enemy tick you off, you strike them down with holy vengeance. Skill tactician, 21. Yeah, I like that as well. Invite to court. And then we have Engelbert Humperdinck, 20 command. He's envious, he's brave, he's patient, humble, and a brilliant strategist. Patient, quite the tactical man. We like that as well. Come on down. And there we have it. No B names, unfortunately. The B team is a thing of the past. It's looking very difficult to continue the trend unless we go for incompetent people, which is not going to happen. So we have invited our 4 commanders, and now all is left for us to do is to procure alliances to complete the set, complete almost the full house, peace within the Holy Roman Empire, and then to cap it all off, alliances with our neighbours, securing our borders. He can then go into retirement quite happily. So we have 2 girls and a boy. So we need to marry the boy off to a female only situation, which happens to be France. France only have a female. Yeah, there's a male there for one of our daughters, and I think there's a male here for one of our daughters. So let's start the ball rolling, and opening diplomatic relations with King Simon, sending the Bohemian equivalent of Lawrence Bidel across to France to explain that yes, our fathers allied with betrothals. It was a very prosperous relationship. In fact, we came across, and didn't we actually help France out to fend off a revolt? Yes, we did, and therefore it is only fitting that we continue that trend right here and right now. So why don't you betroth your little darling to one of my children, who I have completely forgotten now. It must be one of these 2. My half-brother? No, my son. Where's my other son? Why do I only have 1 son? I have 2 sons, right? No, I have 1 son and 2 daughters. Aha, confusion. So, yes... of course it's not going to happen because she is too high in the succession. Oh no, he's too young. Political concerns. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. Political concerns. What political concerns? You incompetent moron. For that, I have a good mind to go to de jure war over Zealand. I shall ponder that thought, unless we want to change and see if he would betroth to a lesser being, aka my half-brother. No, even worse. Right, King of France, I have your number, pal. I have some de jure land that I may wish to get involved with once my threat level has decreased enough. King William. Let's have a wee looky here. Air. I mean, this is obviously... Actually, wouldn't obviously be, this would obviously not be a problem at all. If we betroth the heir to the Kingdom of England to our, well, Justinia's off to the convent. She was going to the convent, but if she can procure us an alliance, that would be better served. Shall we give England a slow princess? Potentially a slow queen? She'd be docile, malleable, wouldn't cause a problem to the king. No? What do you mean, no? I think maybe these political concerns... I wonder if these political concerns is to do with the threat level. Do you reckon? Does your threat impact upon political concerns? It seems to be the only reason that I can think of that people have this massive, massive negative political concern debuff. It's the only thing that makes sense. Perhaps they're all thinking that we are marrying them, our family, into their family because we have eyes on their land. Somebody with high intrigue wouldn't dream up such a thing, surely. We just want an alliance because we're nice people. What's wrong with you folk? Right, we'll try one more, but I'm thinking it's because of the fact that we have this massive threat. And they just want your land. Right. They just want my land. Well, they can want it all they want, but I want never gets. Yep, political concerns. Wow, that is really, really harming us. So we are unable to marry our children off for alliances, which means that we'll keep them in house for now and marrying them off for what do you call it? For bloodstock. For good Kobyla bloodstock, perhaps. I don't know. What else? What else? If we can't marry for alliances and diplomacy, what else are we going to marry for? Good grief. Right. Well, that's that problem sorted. Threat decays very slowly. It will take over 10 years for this threat to decrease completely. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's not going to make a difference. Which was the other daughter? I did both. I did the slow daughter to England and I did Justinia to Sicily. So I've done both and we still get political concerns. Okay. So, yeah. We're kind of hamstrung. 3 speed? We'll go on 2 just for a little bit because, you know, I just need to get my eye in. You don't just... You know, you always get a bit of a tester first. You don't want to go too mad. Let's get rid of these nonsense plots first. And then we'll get our troops home and see what happens. Defensive pact. Okay, more people joining the defensive pact. Right, commanders arriving. Plots ending. Ooh! William de Normandy left the defensive pact. Okay. No, because if you looked at the actual stats when we highlighted, if we highlighted over the betrothal option, the relationship was already at like 5 pluses. They already liked us quite a lot, so the improving the relationship is not going to help. They already like us, from what I could see. But what might help us in this, I'm going to pause it here. Some people are leaving defensive pact now. Left defensive pact. So William de Normandy, who is King of England, left the defensive pact. So if we now go and say, hang on a minute, you've left the defensive pact. Let's see if that's impacted upon political concerns. Maybe, maybe not. But this is a way to find out for certain. Right, we'll go low first. No, we won't. We'll go high. Forget that. We'll go high. Always aim high. Okay, so once again, Justinia the Slow, we come forward with a betrothal. Oh no, still political concerns. But as you can see there, Charlene, opinion of Emperor Johann is at a massive 6 pluses. If you had monks and mystics, you could then decrease the threat faster. Right. And how would you do that among some mystics? Because this threat is going to go down very, very slowly, which means that we are going to struggle to expand from this point forward. And by the looks of it, we're going to struggle to do anything diplomatic, which may lead to a rather stagnant affair. Oh, Chancellor job. Ah. I've seen a couple of playthroughs that had every council member had four tasks to do, and I wondered where the extra tasks came from. It makes sense now. Okay. Is it worth getting that just to I don't really want this the mystic side of it. I don't want the supernatural kind of stuff. But if there's parts of that DLC that would benefit this campaign going forward, I am not adverse to installing it now. As in after this session, for instance. Ending the thingies, ending the plots, coming to the core, ending the plots. That's very good. Your scheming is misdirected. I completely agree. That's why probably half of these people are righteously in prison, is because of the damn plots. So once that's ended, we'll see who can be in prison. Arrived at court with his family. People are leaving the defensive part. Engelbert has arrived at your court. There we go. And there we go. So I'm just going to quickly put... We're not getting very far, are we? Just going to quickly pause it to see how many people are actually in this defensive pact now. So we've got Christian defensive pact. None of the big players, really, are in this. France aren't in it. Sicily aren't in it. England aren't in it. You got a few of the locals. Venice, Pisa, Sweden and Norway, whoop-de-doo. But they're not really the big hitters. So if we were to continue to expand and ignore this, all defensive pacts, including that of your own religious group, will band together if you attack one of them. See, that's not a problem if the defensive pact list isn't very strong, which I don't think this particularly is. With 95%, you are considered threatening enough that even your own religious head and holy hoarders from your religious group will defend other defensive pacts from you. Even your own religious head and holy orders from your, so like Teutonic Knights and all that nonsense, will defend other defensive pacts from you. Okay. See, that's probably not a problem either, because our own religious head is our vassal. So I think we could actually just ignore this threatening nonsense and just plough on anyway. Threatening, whoop-de-doo. What are you going to do about it, kind of thing. The playground bully. Your little poxy defensive pact lacking any sort of power is really not going to stop us. And if you're going to look to the Pope for help, you're barking up the wrong tree. I was going to say something else. Right. We'll continue on, and we shall give our newly arrived commanders left the defensive pact. Left the defensive pact. Are they leaving for a particular reason? This is intriguing me. This is intriguing. Why are people leaving? Why? Why? They're leaving in their droves. Are they frightened of us? If they were frightened, they should join. Rejected. Well, you would reject because you're an arse. Non-aggression pact has been dissolved. There's no longer marriage ties. Okay, righty. Oh, does it? Is it a bit of a glitch thing? Oh, so they're gonna. Oh, now would be the time to strike, then, wouldn't it? Now would be the time to strike very quickly on somebody. If ever there was a time to strike, now is the time. Okay. We won't exploit the glitch. We'll let the game reset itself, and we'll play, and we'll do it properly. What was I going to do? Right. Yes, we were going to sort the commanders out. Okay. So we have 24U. Very good. We have 23U. Very good. We have Constantine. We have you as well. And we have one more. We have, yay, medium centralization has been approved. And we have Engelbert. Very good. Over the vassal limit. Oh, we got... Oh, why is that... Oh, what does this do? We are over the vassal limit. It's the first time this has ever happened. Oh, it's hampering our income. Quite significantly, in fact. We need to decrease our vassals. One way to do that is to create a ducal title in an area where there's just counties. So if we have a look at 11 titles can be created, we can actually create some duchies. So the Duchy of Glare, for instance, if we look at the de jure Duchy of Glare, it encompasses de jure Friesland, Osterfriesland and Glare. But if we go to the actual areas, they're currently under... Oh, she's under me. She's directly under me, so that's a good start. Glare is under the Duchess of Lorraine, so they wouldn't get that. And that land is under the Magnus of Saxony. So if we create the Duchy of Friesland, then she'll become the Duchess, but then she'll still be under us, and none of these other counties will be anyway, so that won't help, right? Am I thinking that correctly? This is not going to help us. Try the Duchy of Alsace. So the Duchy of Alsace is just 2. Count Adamar is currently under Swabia, and he's currently under Swabia, so they're not hampering me too much either. The only way this is going to work that I can see is to create another kingdom title then. Am I getting this wrong? This has never happened to me before. We have to reduce vassals. So the way to reduce vassals, the only way I can think to reduce vassals is to increase the higher tier vassals, so that you haven't got as many smaller vassals. As we've just seen, duchy titles that we can create aren't going to help us. So oh, I haven't gone through all of them yet. Sorry, Duchy of Brunswick, right. None of these are going to help though, because all these people are already under different dukes. It's not as if we have count vassals to put under a duchy. Duchy of Brunswick, right, so Duchy of Brunswick is made up of these lands here. Okay. This is a count directly under us. Transfer vassalage. That'll help. Transfer vassalage. Okay, so if we transfer... No? Transfer vassalage. What are you part of? Oh, but you're part of the de jure... Who are you? Archbishop of Holstein. Transfer vassalage. There you go. Transfer him to who, though? Right, let me get this sorted here. So he is the Prince Archbishopric of Holstein. De jure part of the Prince Archbishopric of Holstein. That's currently under the Giselbert, the Shadow of Luxembourg, rather bizarrely. Let me think, let me get my thinking cap on, folks. Who are these two people? Who are you? Holstein. So he's got 2 lands. And what's this? This is Holstein. So he's actually got all of that. He's already a Prince Archbishop, right? So that does not make sense. He's already a Duke. Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah, I've just got to that bit. It took me a while. Okay, let's carry on. Are there any individual... Who are you? Prince Bishop Dieter of Chur. You're not under me. There's a way to see direct vassals. Oh, independent realms might direct vassals. There you go. That might help. Let's try this. Oh my god. Lombardy. Anything in here that's causing issue? Create that duchy and give it to that countess. But that's not going to help. Surely, she would only take that one land. She wouldn't get any other vassals under her. They would still be under the other dukes. So that's not going to help us. We need an independent count. Who are you? Her. She is in the middle of nowhere. This woman right here. Is she a... No, she's a countess. Right. Okay, so you, my dear, you are County of Braunschweig, which is de jure part of the County of Braunschweig, which is not created, but you're slap bang in the middle of the current Duchy of Saxony. So can I not transfer you to him? No, because it's not de jure part. It's not de jure part. Or am I doing it the wrong way round? Do I need to do transfer vassalage on you and give you? No, I have to have the land. Is that? Oh, I'm confused. I'm utterly confused here, folks. Perplexed, in fact. Utterly confused. Nassau. Right, what's Nassau saying? Nassau is Prince Friedrich. Count Friedrich. This is my son. Meissen is all one piece. Oh, I don't want to do... No, that can't happen. That can't happen. Right, we're going to set the ball rolling slowly, and I'm going to continue to try and see if I can somehow resolve this mess. King Donald of Scotland has set up Pope Donald as an anti-pope, named Pope Celestinus II. Why have you done that? You don't like my pope? What's wrong with my pope? My pope is a good pope. How dare you? How dare you do such a thing? Plot to kill him, of course. Oh. Should we do this? Our emperor has got the intrigue to do such things, but he's not an evil schemer like his father. But this is very much a besmirchment to the Catholic faith. We're not the most pious of people, but considering our father worked so hard to put our Scottish homosexual pope on the old throne here in Rome, I think this is a besmirchment. Right, I'm deciding now that won't he just be replaced? I don't know. Will he be replaced? Oh, probably will be. That could be a good point. It might be just request excommunication. Okay, so they're now beginning to join the defensive pacts again, which makes sense. So is there any way to put an end to this? I mean, our moral authority is still so very, very high. Even the anti-pope's presence is not really doing a great deal. Let the pope sort it out. If in doubt, let the pope do it. Right, they're joining defensive pacts again. Okay, that's fine. So more plots and schemes. Okay. So we're still... Oh! Vassal has changed. 31 of 31. How did that happen? How did we suddenly lose a vassal? I don't know. I don't care. But it's a headache that we don't have to worry about all of a sudden. Right, put up to 2 speed now. And back to realms. Existing defensive parts. Okay, yes. I know you're coming back. I know. You've seen the error of your ways. We get it. We get it. Yeah, very good. Unmarried heir. It's not my problem. My heir should be able to look after himself. He is a man. Ooh! Ooh! Eric Estrid. It's marriage time. It's marriage time. Duke Igor, our son, heir to the Holy Roman Empire and to Bohemia, I imagine, as well, and other such places. Still not heir to the Kingdom of Italy, of course. It's rather irksome. We could pop off Duke Folco. That might... Ooh! Okay. Okay. First of all, we'll marry our son off. Second of all, it's worth considering if we wish to eliminate the threat to our son taking hold of the Kingdom of Italy. Now, we could do it now. We've got a massive potential of 300% plot power. Or we could wait until a time where we are on death's door. But if we were to die suddenly, then we might not have time to prepare. So I'm thinking that it needs to happen sooner rather than later. Now, of course, we are Mr. Nice Guy. We do what we need to do. You know, we've shown mercy. We're not quite so cold-blooded a killer as our father, but when it comes to family, losing an entire kingdom from our grasp doesn't fill us with much confidence. Plus, of course, it's what we've... No. Yes, I think we need that to happen. Marriage! I'm getting tongue-tied. Marriage! A marriage for diplomacy is just not going to happen. We've seen that. There's too many issues with political concerns. So I think we're just going to marry this guy off to a wife that is going to benefit him when it comes to his time to rule. Now, he's not quite so good at stewardship and diplomacy. He's going to be fairly decent at intrigue, like Kobyla's gone by, no surprise there. But perhaps he might need a wife that just whispers in his ear when it comes to matters a little bit more delicate in nature. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be the order of business. And if we can find somebody, of course, that is... get rid of any dukes who are not de jure part of any kingdom titles you have. What, is that to get rid of the vassal thingy? When you say get rid, what do you mean get rid? Right, sorry, I'm looking for a wife. How do we do this? Okay, we'll start this way first. We'll start this way. I think stewardship, closely followed by diplomacy, and ooh, oh, she's a bit old though, and she's not the right religion. We'll go with the same religion if we can. Right. So these are people that will join court, but they don't necessarily have to join court if we arrange a marriage, right? Am I thinking of this correctly? So if... I'm sure I did this last session. I'm sure I looked at this. I can't remember now. Genius wife? Ooh, 40. Wow. You've looked out there. How old is he? 18. She probably died. Ah, yes, you are right. Hence why this only just recently came back up. Oh, right. I seem to recall doing this. It just kind of triggered a memory. How do we see who she was? I don't think we can we? But wouldn't it show... Wouldn't it show... even if she died, wouldn't it still show here with a skull? I'm sure that we should still show. Anyway. So join court, sorry, is any. Right, genius. She's young. Look at this. How much red can you get? Oh, was it a betrothal? Ah. Oh, yes. She wasn't she strong or quick? Was she quick? I think she was quick. I remember. It's coming back to me slightly. Anyhow, we're now back in the same situation as we were last time, which is struggling. Right. Oh, we found somebody that was perfect. Now she's gone and died on. I mean, how inconvenient. Can these people stop thinking about themselves? Right. Stewardship or diplomacy? Because it looks like we haven't got an option for both at the moment with the selections that we have. 59. Yeah, not good. So we're looking for... Oh, she's 16. She's Midas touched, which is the best you can get for stewardship. Frail, which is not a good sign. Patient and envious. Let's get rid of that as well. Chased. Is that just not going to bring up similar stuff? Select a spouse. Christina, Princess of Holy Roman. Is this not my... no! No, just no! My sister, thus your auntie. Oh my god, it makes me feel ill that it's even an option. I mean, I know it didn't happen in these times, this kind of stuff, but bloody hell. Not in house Kobyla, no. We don't want any freaks of children. Right, fortune built 16 and 10. That's not a bad combination. Let's have a look here. We've got whoa, but she's weak. That's inheritable as well. But no, it was the wrong person. Here. Is that a woman? Is that a woman? It is, of course, but it's questionable. Shrewd, ambitious, brave, and greedy. An ambitious and greedy wife. What could possibly go wrong there, I wonder? But she is the best of a pretty bad bunch at the moment. So she's a candidate. What else we got? We've got a lot of old biddies, that's what we've got at the moment. We've got a lot of old fogs. It makes me sad that most of them are getting, well, some of them are around my age and I'm classing them as old biddies, which is not good. Anyhow, let's move swiftly on to club-footed Margaret. No. Johan is not the best at arranging marriages. No, he is not. That's one thing his father did well, I have to admit. And Johan is the most diplomatic one as well of the two. Perhaps intrigue has more than one purpose. Right, okay, so where I'm thinking, where are we? Engelbert, Sigrid, where is she? Come on, where is she? She's not a looker, certainly not. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all, Charlie. I am sorry to hear that. That did happen to me once. I got a phone call at like 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning, and it was I can't remember if it was a text message. It was a text message from my bank, from my credit card company, saying blah 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 blah. Your card has been used in America. Was it you? Ring this number. So I thought, Anyway, Googled the number. It was Barclaycard security team. Rung them back, and apparently, yeah, somebody in America tried to use my credit card to buy something in a hotel, rather strangely. But yes, it was blocked there as well. So good job the banks run the ball with these things. Okay. So yes, to cut a long story short, I'm thinking, where was she? Oh, she's not a good... Oh, is it her? No. Oh, here she is. Euronwy. And the name is also a nightmare. Right, so she's first choice so far. Euronwy. Let's have a look. Let's keep looking. There's got to be somebody better. Let's go steady. Let's go steadily. So 16-year-old. Patient, envious, frail. I wasn't happy with the frail trait. She's physically frail. Nah, that's not good. We can't have that going on. She's chaste and shy. Never good for the bedroom department, I feel. Moving on. 18 and 5. 18 and none. 18 and none. She's already pregnant. What does it say about her? Casting judgment once again. So moving swiftly on once more. 16-year-olds. Okay. That's the bottom of the barrel. What time are we on? 8:30. Thankfully, I don't have to break for dinner today because we're not going anywhere fast this session. So no, C4, you haven't missed much. We've hired some commanders. We're looking for a wife for our son. We've failed to betroth our kids because people don't like us politically. And we've advanced about 6 months. All in the space of an hour and a bit. So no, you haven't missed a great deal. And I said at the start of the session I was going to go at 3 speed today. I think I'm going into -3 speed. Right, who else? 16 and 10. Euronwy. She's actually, yeah, she's the best of the bad bunch, I'm afraid to say. Unless we've got any strong candidates. Shall we see strong? We'll just take strong and then, oh, they're all babies. All babes in arms. Could we stretch to somebody that's not in my religious group? Could we convert her? I mean, I don't want to go too extreme here, but we are, as somebody said, scraping that barrel. So if we go for a... Shia Muslim? Is that a bit extreme? Would that cause a bit of a stir in the court? Would that cause a bit of a scene? I think maybe heretic is probably a step too far. Right, so strong isn't going to work, but we have opened up for more other stuff. So quick. How about a 58-year-old quick woman? Probably not. 24-year-old. Okay, so we've got 24. She is Hindu. I can work with that. Out of diplomatic range. Oh, you have to have a diplomatic range. They won't come. They won't come. We've got a 58, 34, 73. Mastermind. Okay. Ooh, a renowned physician. Too old. 33 is knocking on a bit. 20. Stats are getting poor from there. Okay, that's fine. So strong, quick. What was the other one? Strong, quick, genius. Any genii out there for me that are of age? Oh! Okay, we've got a 15-year-old genius Shia Muslim girl. She's rowdy, kind, just, chaste. I think it's going too far, isn't it, with the religion? Right, Well, in a long and roundabout way, we have found out that the best that our son is going to get in this entire world... oh, attractive. Ah, that could also work. Well, yeah. We could just marry somebody that's good looking to hell and high water with any stats. That could make sense. Let's have a look at attractive women. Let's have a look at some attractive women. Maybe go for diplomacy instead of stewardship, perhaps. Let's try this. 17-year-old, let's go religion again. Let's stick to religion now. 59, 42, 26, 63, 61, 6. Where have all the youngsters gone? High Marshal? No. How about some highly Ooh. Ooh. Now, if we weren't so bothered about stewardship in a wife and diplomacy, this Swedish 26-year-old might actually fit the family mould. She's an intricate redweaver with high intrigue. Family trait, of course. She's attractive and quick. And lustful. I'm kind of tempted. I know her stats that we want her to be good at aren't marvellous, and having a low stewardship with both of them is going to hamper his domain size. But if we get a really, really, really good Chancellor to offset that, because I think your state stewardship is also council members as well, I think, you know, for his pain, his kids might end up pretty decent. Get her before she dies. Okay, so we could end up with highly intriguing, attractively quick children. And she's lustful, so we'll have lots of kids. Oh, this gets even better. Right, sorry, Your Honour, you are so close. So close. But unfortunately, you are pipped at the post. The council has spoken. And the marriage game has finally come to an end. Because you, my dear... First of all, can we arrange marriage directly? I always get this wrong, right? I always do this wrong. Right, that's not going to work. So I think... because I am in charge, though. I am in charge. Let's just see if she's on this list. Who's she called? Edler. Is she here? No. Right, so how am I going to do this? If I invite her to my court, that should make matters a bit easier. Shouldn't it? How do we do it? Betrothal? No. I'm saying arranged marriage. Okay, I'm going to invite her to the court. I'm going to invite her to court because I think if she's in our court, it might make life a little bit easier. I could be wrong, but I think she might appear in the arranged marriage list if she comes to our court. So in she pops very shortly. Okay. So yeah, strokey beard meeting, as Eddie Izzard likes to put it. A big strokey beard meeting round the mahogany table of Castle Prague, and yes, poring over copious amounts of pictures and parchments of information, and after a very long day of casting them into the fire, finally one comes to the fore that they can all agree on. They all sit there, eyes wide open. Finally, they've found the one. Right. So now that she has come to my court, I'm thinking that perhaps she should be here. She should be here, right? So let's go for attractive. No. Attractive. Attractive. Not you, my dear. Not you. I want... Oh, but she's in my court now. She's in my court now. So if I go to my court, not your court, my court. If I go to my court, I will get this to work. This will work, my dears. Bear with me. What was she called? What was she called? Edler. There she is. Right. Arrange marriage now. With my son. She's in my court. I've just invited her. How? How? Just put them in the same room. God damn it. We have a pope in our midst. Just marry the bleeders. Just put the ring on the finger and marry her. How is... I've spent about half an hour to get this woman. Don't you dare tell me I can't do this. Betrothal, that's not going to work. No. She's perfect for him. What the flipping hell? By favour, Popsicle. Asked to leave court. Right, oh no. Son, you're a clown. That's all I can say. You're a clown, my child. See what is in front of your face. I can choose who this character can marry, within reason. It seems. Right, let me just do this manually, because this is a rather big list. Let's do it by name. Let's go alphabetically. Can we do it alphabetically? So I don't want Sophia. I want Edleader, whatever the hell she was called. Edlander, Elelder, Eldler, Aidler. She's not. No. The game teases me with this phony Edler. It's not the right one. Edna. I don't understand. It's because he's not in my court, which is a problem. But I mean, we could unrestrict marriage, so we can still decide who. How do we get her to show up on his list? Somebody Google this nonsense. Anyway, she's not going anywhere for now, until she dies. So we'll just plod along at 2 speed until somebody finds the answer for me. You can lead a horse to water and all that. Yeah, she is in my court, but I can't. How do I put her into his court? I can't possibly punt her across, can I? If I can put her in his court, it'll be a lot easier, I think. Who's in his court? Nobody. He's got nobody in his court. He's useless. I'm annoyed. Anyway, moving on. Uraka is constantly bored and keeps talking about the new fashion she has heard about. Now she wants me to introduce it at court. Didn't my father have the same problem with his wife? Or is it the same... This happened before, but I can't remember which wife it was. I think it was my father's wife. It must be a family trait. We are scheming emperors and fashionista empresses. Yes. See you later, Fanmatica. Thank you for coming. Is anybody looking this up for me? Because if we can't get this to work, then we're going to be forced, upon pain of death, we're going to be forced to have him marry this other woman whose face looks like a slapped arse. Euronwe, or whatever the flipping hell she was called, because she appeared on the list. So, can you explain to me why some frumpy woman from Deubarth has appeared on my son's radar, but the best thing since sliced bread hasn't? Eh? Because I can't explain it. Go to the woman's pro... No, I've tried that. I definitely tried that. I'll try it again, because I will not be beaten. My son will marry this woman if I have to get them down the aisle kicking and screaming. Edler, we could try to ask her to leave the court. She's not going to like that. I've tried that as well. Right, let's just get our bearings here. So arranged marriage. So arranged marriage between her and my son. But my son doesn't appear on this list. Unless I miss it. No, he's not here. Right. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. What you're telling me to do here. Let me get this right. I'm gonna go with the flow. Let's flipping do this. Right. Portrait. Arranged marriage. Ah! Genius! Genius! Just kill her out of frustration. Charlene, you're a genius. I love it. We've done it. Okay, Google's a genius, but Charlene is the messenger. and we'll thank the messenger instead. Oh, she better not die on us now, I'm telling you. After all that. There you go. Oh, wrong button. Go back. Oh, I've screwed it up. I've screwed it up now. Come on. Get a grip here. In excitement, I've pressed the wrong button. Right. Arranged marriage. With you. Flipping up. Okay, this is not funny anymore. This is not funny. This is not a joke. Right. You could quite clearly see he was on her list. Right? You could quite clearly see. I'm not seeing things here. Edler of the wilds. Huh. My son is going to have a fun time taming the beast, it seems, if they could get this sorted. There, boom. Ah, yes. You tried to deny me, people. You kicked and screamed. This wild woman was adamant. I'm not marrying him, she screamed. I'm not. Tried to run away from our court, she did. But we got the lasso out, Red Dead Redemption style, and we brought her back, hog-tied her up, and punted her over to the cold and miserable north. And yes, I think we should name her the first daughter that they have, Charlene. I agree with that. So they want to get married. Of course they do. Once we've finally got them to see each other face to face, they, well, I don't know if they fell madly and deeply in love, but they at least agreed to the flipping marriage. And in the meantime, out of utter frustration and tiredness, Emperor Johann, looking rather bedraggled, arranging a marriage for your children is far more stressful than running the Holy Roman Empire. Anything his wife asks him at this point, she can flipping well have it. Because I can't contest any more arguments. Oh, Jesus wept. Forgive me, Pope Sergius, for I have blasphemed. Oh, that was probably the most stressful I've ever got for some time in this game, and I've been attacked by all matter of people. Blessings on our house. They are finally married. Hallelujah indeed. Let's have a look. Oh, look at her now. Doesn't she scrub it well for a wild woman? Duchess. A wildling duchess, eh? There's one for you, bloody throne fans. So, 10 days of celebration. Well, not quite 10 days of celebration, but I think we should celebrate. And we shall have a summer fair to celebrate the fact that we have finally married off our first child and hope that we never have to do it again for some time. Oh, she's gone and left our court. Heaven help us. Let our son deal with her. She was quite the slippery fish. Okay, so the alderman has asked for permission for his summer fair. What's that? A pie powder? Court, held in front of my own bailiff, they sentenced one of my vassals to be drawn in a tumbler across a town square. What has happened? Duchess Brabant has been dragged across the town? I asked for a fair, not a circus. What the hell is going on? But it's people are happy. Do we tick our vassal off, or do we tick the people off? Oh, it's Prague. The people of Prague have strange ways. I like it, okay, I like it. Okay, was she scheming? Oh, we have to track this. We have to track them too. We have to track them. We have to track them. After all that, it could be a sign of a relationship that will never be forgotten. So we're going to track what our son does. We're going to track what she does. We're going to do it. Track their journey. Are they love's young dream? Let's see what she thinks of her husband. Prince Igor's opinion of her is 41. Of course it is. She's attractive. But she likes him. She likes him. They will grow in time. groomed to perfection, personal deployment, fulfilled a marriage wish. Yeah, sure, they'll grow to love each other, I'm sure. And at the very least, as long as they like each other and produce babies, who the hell cares? Okay, so what do we do? Let's have a look here. Emperor Johann, let's bring his stats up here. Is he beholden to his vassal, Duchess Burchett, who's been dragged across town in a tumbler? Charitable, deceitful, diligent, chaste, gregarious, brave. There's nothing about just. There's nothing about... what's the other one? The opposite of just. The other one. Name always escapes me. Anyway. So, it's just a matter of the fact, does he love his people more than he loves his vassal? You know what? She'll get it. She'll get over it. Yeah, she'll get over it. The people of Prague are more important. My father loved the people of Prague. The city is prospering. We don't want to tick them off. Seat in the College of Cardinals. That's very handy. Ooh, Prince Igor has made a court chaplain. Good to see he's getting on with affairs. And apparently the peasants are not happy. You should be happy. We let you drag a duchess through town in a tumbler. Surely that's worth a few extra coin in taxes for entertainment value alone. You ungrateful people. We give you prosperity, peace, and you give us problems. Right, we've got money accruing quite nicely, so we will spend it on more buildings when we get to about 1,000 coin. Do we have any ambition? See the realm prosper. Has ruled the realm in peace for 5 years. That'll happen when we enforce realm peace, of course. Okay, so we've got the children that need education focus right now. Mummers are singing and moving towards our castle. Oh, the summer fair suddenly felt less pleasant as the mummers, clad in strange clothes, went from door to door singing and frightening small children. But however, we welcomed them in anyway. Oh my god, what the hell is happening to the relationships here? And somebody's tried to stop me risking myself with my escapades, but well, we can't help ourselves. Like our father, we are simply enjoying life. Let us crack on. Thank you very much. Okay, so they're all joining the... Oh, and we've got a sick house built as well in the hospital. Oops. Let's have a quick look at that, shall we? I forgot that we were expanding our hospital as well as our holdings. So we have a Holy Roman Hospital of Praha. We have built the first in the long list of upgrades, which are rather costly. We have a sick house, so we have a leper colony, soup kitchen, the next two on the list, a leper colony. I mean, that just seems absolutely awful. We'll leave them be for now, but for the time being we do have a little bit extra disease resistance due to the presence of this hospital, which is all we can hope for the time being. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the summer fair is over. It was rather uneventful, apart from a duchess or two. Okie dokie. So let's have a look here. One child lacks education focus. This is Princess Justinia the Dumb. God bless her. And therefore we are going to give her an education focus of learning, because she's going to the temples and stuff, isn't she? She's going to end up, if we can't marry her for a diplomatic reason, we're going to send her to become a nun or whatever she wants to be. So yes, learning is perfectly fine. Use leprosy as a weapon. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. He is a scheming man though. So very true. Could easily be the case. The forest is not big enough for the barons. They demand hunting rights on the church lands after chasing all the game to the church's side of the forest, having to stop the hunt unless they risk the anger of the church. So do we let them hunt on church land, or do we let them not go over the border and tell them, quite in no certain terms, to stay on your side of the forest? Well, let me think about this again. I think because, I mean, the Pope is our vassal, really, so we don't have to worry about angering any bishops anytime soon, because we get their money indirectly anyway. And you know what? Hunting's fair game. It's good. It promotes martial ability. It promotes, you know, prowess. It lets people get the stresses out in life so that they're not so pent up and irksome. You know what? Let them hunt wherever they please. It's not a problem. Just a bit of land. Oh dear, what have we done? I don't know. It's not religious. It's not religious. Are we still reinforcing? Yes, we are. Okay. So after we get to 11, well, when we get to 11:10, we've got a decision to make because we're very, very close to getting primogeniture. So we're going to sort that out. Once we've sorted that out, then we're going to bump it up to 3 speed. I promise you. But this game is so overwhelming. You go on 3 speed, I just feel like I'm missing out on stuff, you know? Okay, so we have... I'm just going to double check the situation with the betrothals. I don't think it's going to have changed much, but we'll just have a quick looky. Do it this way is easier. We'll go with the lowest child, just because it'll be easier to sort out with my darling daughter Justinia. No, political concerns still a problem, and somebody has died on my council. Not good. Right, the alliance, blah de blah. Duke has inherited Duchy of Saxony other titles from the Duke Magnus of Saxony, which has increased our vassal limit slightly. Only ever so slightly. To the absolute limit. Okay. Alright. Very good. And accepted. The heebie-jeebies. Okay, released from prison. Very good. Okay, so cancel. Somebody died. Who died? Ooh, it might be a lowly advisor. Yes, it is a lowly advisor. See you later, Ollie. Yeah, England have not invaded Wales at all. They're very useless. Very useless indeed. Not impressed. Nee. Wouldn't have happened in my day, I tell you. I don't believe we have any vassals that are powerful vassals that aren't on the council already. I tell a lie. Ordulf Billung, who is the Duke of Saxony, I think recently has just acquired that duchy title, has now become a powerful vassal in the process. So he does want to sit on the council, and seeing as nobody else does, I think it only right that he be promoted to the new councillor position. And he's not too shabby. He's going to die shortly because he's got cancer. But for the time being at least, perhaps we can give you a bit of glory before you pop your clogs. So grant an honorary, appoint councillor as advisor, and that should increase his opinion of us quite handily. I think he did. Let's have a look. King of England, history. William the Conqueror died in 1068. So yeah, 2 years after the war, he popped his clogs of poor health. Inherited by Robert, I don't know who he was, but then he died 4 years later. And then he died 4 years later, and he's ruled for quite some time, actually. 20 odd years. He must have been a child ruler. He's ruled for 33 years. That can't be right. He's only 30. Is that his date of birth? No, it's not his date of birth. That's when he ruled from. He's pretty much ruled from when he was 1 year old. He's done well then, hasn't he? Anywho, let's take a look at my son and his wife very briefly. I know it hasn't been a long time since they got married, but, you know, me being ever expectant. Are you pregnant yet, my dear? No. Okay. No pressure, but the eyes of the Emperor are on you. Not literally, of course. We don't want to make it more difficult for you in the old bedchamber. But metaphorically speaking, of course. So, Duke Igor and Sobieslav. My nephew. A Kobyla. Who are you? Ah. My half-brother, Bedrick Kobyla, who was... my eldest brother. Yes, that's the fella. Yeah, my eldest brother, who we screwed out of the title many moons ago. Our father did, of course. Oh, look, his face brings back such happy memories of impaling people. Yes, his eldest son doesn't seem to get on with my eldest son. So they're cousins. Yeah, they're cousins. Yes, we're going to all have a big family love fest. Why not? Why not indeed? And we had the greatest time together. Oh, sorry, Charlie, I did see the question. I was going to answer it and I got distracted, as is usually the case. I don't have any mods. I'm just using the expansions. When it comes to the expansions, I've got... can't remember off the top of my head. I've got a few. I've got most of them. I haven't got Charlemagne. I haven't got Monks and Mystics or Horse Lords. But I've got the rest, I think. I've got the Rome one. Legacy of Rome. Sword of Islam. Sons of Abraham. I've got the Conclave, the one with the diseases. And I think that's it. Prince Igor has given me bizarre and repulsive evidence concerning Mayor Otto of Kuttenberg's sexual preferences. Why is my son giving me this information? He's not a spy master, is he? Who is this? This is the Mayor of Kuttenberg, who we really don't care for. He's... Look, let sleeping dogs lie. His sexual preferences are his own business. Unless I had a reason to hate the man, if he'd irked me, if he'd double-crossed me, caused me reason for concern, and I had a reason to imprison him would be helpful. But no, if he wants to lay with other beings, then let him lay with who he must. Right. That was what I was going to consider. Oh my god. Okay, leave me be. Come on, ruler, sovereignty, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Right, here's what I was considering. Our son is not the heir. Oh, he is now. I was going to say, our son is not the heir to the Kingdom of Italy. What the hell? Bear with me, folks. Bear with me here. He is now. Because I was going to consider bumping off Duke Falco the Merry. We have a negative opinion of him. He's a threat to our son inheriting quite a vital title within our realm. So I think this is not beyond the realms of possibility that Emperor Johann would sign his death warrant quite happily. However, now that our son is in control of the vote, I think we'll let that be for the time being. We'll let that lie. If you sledgehammer the title, it's going to tick off some vassals, apparently. So I didn't want to do that. If we did that, let me just double check. Destroy it, yeah. Oh, isn't it? Yeah, minus 40 opinion for the de jure vassals of Italy. It could be an issue. So yeah, we'll keep it for now. What was I going to say? I was going to do something. It's the trouble with this game. Yeah, when we don't give a crap anymore. Boof, up it goes in flames. Good point. Or if we come down with some illness that is incurable, then yeah, boom. Holy hell will break loose as Emperor Johann goes Kung Fu style on everybody. I've always wanted to tell you this, you ugly Duke of Saxony. You stink of fish. And I can say it now because I'm going to die next week, so screw you. Causes mass riot. I was going to do something I've completely forgotten. I don't think he can do. It's not in his nature. You know, he's gregarious. His father was gregarious. I mean, there's nothing here that suggests that he couldn't do it. Charitable is to do with chivalry, so perhaps maybe not. I think his father was charitable at one point also. But, yeah, the way I portrayed him, the way I think of this man is, I mean, to continue down his father's footsteps, you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility because, you know, his father would have schooled him. But, you know, I think it was just, nah, just not so bad. Yes, he's got the ability to pull a few strings, like bumping off Duke Falco if it's going to help our family. But in terms of smothering babies, pushing them off parapets and all that stuff, pulling people's arms off, nah. Even the Premislids can sleep easy now. And that's saying something. Right. So I think all we can really focus on is maintaining peace in the realm. And just seeing what events crop up and dealing with them as we need to deal with them. Because in terms of expansion, we're hampered by the threat level. It's decreasing 0.2 to 38% now. I think we could possibly take over one more land again. Possibly. Without it going too crazy. We'd have to go up to 75% for it to be a massive problem, really. A dirty secret. Ooh. It's like a soap opera. Cue the cringy Coronation Street music. Just the other day, skulking as often as I do, I caught Count Bernat of Whirl and my courtier Melusine in a flagrant. Right, who are you? And who is my Count Bernat? Right, just double check, folks. None of these people are my children, right? There's no children being cheated on, nothing like that. No? Good, right. I don't know who you are. I don't know who he is, but I don't think he's anything of my concern. We're not greedy, so he's been quite a forgiving ruler. How many people have escaped prison under his rule? Escaped being exposed? Oh, oh! Holy moly! There's things going off everywhere. Right, I just remembered what I was going to raise as a problem. Not a problem, sorry. Raise as a piece of information for you guys. Oh, quite a few more people are just slipping into the negative opinions. Only slightly. We are in 1110, so I just need to check on the laws as well. But before we do that, and I get distracted even further, Igor Kobyla has got a moniker. He's now called the Spider. I just noticed. How on earth has he got that nickname? I mean, his intrigue levels have increased to 24. He's getting there. In fact, he started off, if I recall rightly, he started off with an intrigue that was round about, what, 15 or something? And I recall saying in the last session, because I watched the session back before I started this one, that he was a poor man's Jacek and a poor man's Johann, because his intrigue wasn't quite as high. I think we should take that back. Well, I should take that back, because he's now surpassing his father in the intrigue levels. Master Schemer. He's just developed that trait himself. He's also got the intrigue focus. His wife still isn't pregnant though. So yeah, looking quite good. So if we combine them with his other stats, we can get a bit of a feeling for how we're going to roleplay him when it comes to his turn to be powerful. And a ruler. He's patient. Okay, that works. A patient, intriguing person could be interesting. Humble. Deceitful, of course. So I'm getting that he's more of a good guy than a good schemer than a bad schemer. Although he is paranoid. So if anybody sort of, you know, if anything crops up that people are doing something behind his back, then perhaps he might just flip, you know? Just bump him off, just in case. You know? Always watching his back. I'm interested to see how this plays out. And of course, having her as my wife when we take control would be interesting. The old wilding woman. Some roleplay possibilities, maybe. Okay, my liege, says Count Reggie, whatever you are. You want to... what does this do? He wants some land and some titles. I could give them to him for a favour. I could just give it to him because I'm a good man. I could tick him off because I call him greedy. Or I could diplomatically put it to him that he's rather misinformed and foolish to request such a thing of the Emperor, and to go back and think about what he's done. Yes. That's exactly what I shall tell him. You silly, silly man. Right, Duke of Saxony is off on the rampage. He's just come into power and now he's flexing his muscles, which is perfectly fine. Just make the most of it, because we are in 1110 and I am trying to change the succession law, if you don't mind, and your wars could prove problematic to me. So we might have to nip that in the bud soon. Igor Kobyla accepted to support Blave Delici. Alright. Toby, paranoid Czech. Yes. Is there a Czech version for Toby? I'm sure there is. What was I going to do? My memory is really not good today. I don't know if it's because I'm still suffering with a little bit of jet lag. I have only had 5 hours sleep over the past 2 days. I think the older you get, the worse it is to overcome these issues. But my memory shot to bits. Succession law. Right. Inheritance. Seniority. No, we still haven't ruled for 10 years. It's December. It's December 1111. I'm sure it was 1110. Still some way to go. Right, let's go. Come on, put the speed up. I know I did, but I would never have had an opportunity to do anything in Philadelphia because I was delayed in Miami by an hour and a half due to maintenance on the plane. And when the captain said, when we got on the plane an hour and a half late, just gonna try the engines out, that didn't really go down too well with many passengers. Just try them out, will you? What if they pop their clogs at 40,000 feet? But anyway, so we got into Philadelphia about an hour and a half later than expected, and therefore the connection flight back to Manchester, literally we got off the flight. I wheeled my mother round into the gate half a mile down the way, and we literally boarded the plane straight away because there was no time for us to do anything else. That was his exact words. He was an American pilot, it was American crew, it was American Airlines, so I don't know if that was just their way of having a laugh, but the humour was completely lost on me. Yeah, we'll just try him out. as if the engines were a problem. That's why the plane was delayed for an hour and a half. Now, I don't care what you say. If the engines were a problem, no amount of fixing it on the runway whilst people are waiting for the flight surely should happen. They should put the plane out of action and make sure they've got to give it a good going over. unless, of course, as I say, it could be part of their humour. Lost on a British person that's not the best flyer. Right. Okay, very good. Oh, somebody was called the Impaler there. Well, it's not my son. But, because we were late, he did say that he was going to go higher, because it was a domestic flight. I think he only planned to go maybe 32,000 feet and fly to Philadelphia in 2 hours in 3 hours 15 minutes. He says he's going to go to 39,000 feet and put his foot down. And he was, putting his foot down, doing 650 miles an hour at 39,000 feet. Damn thing shaking to bits. And we got to Philadelphia in 2 hours and 20 minutes rather than 3 hours 15. So yes, rather interesting first flight. Are we paused? Sorry. You're looking with leave. I don't know what year did we start this session in? What is the record for the amount of years that have passed in 1 4-hour session? Don't think it's more than 5. Lots of peasants have been moving to the county of Praha. Why wouldn't you? It's a place to be. My steward suggests building new roads. Of course. Anything to make the land more prosperous. Indeed, indeed. Let this city be a beacon to the world. Constantinople, you say? Most technologically advanced place. Well, it still is. But we will soon be contesting. Oh, yes, indeed. The best place in the Western world. Hussar Training Ground has finally been... Wow! The Hussar Training Ground has been on the go since the start of this session and is only just being constructed. Right, well, I'll tell you something, folks. I'll tell you something. We're almost to 1,000 coin, which means it's time for some more building work, of course. And whatever you say. Right, let's have a wee look. Praha, first priority. Barracks, stables. Stables, I think. We're kind of a heavy cavalry-focused army with our hussars and all that kind of jazz. And in terms of the barony of Karlstein, we're going to go with a keep upgrade. Yes, we are. And we still have money to play with. And play with it we shall, when we have a feast for a change, if I can remember. Somebody remind me in November, which is going to be about a minute away, to bloody have a feast, because I'll forget, no doubt. We haven't had a feast for some time. It could be a celebratory marriage feast. A bit delayed, but better late than never. If only we want to see if this wildling woman has any table manners. Does she eat, as is rumoured, with her fingers? God forbid. At the head table, no less. Slurping stew from her dish. Like swill. Goodness gracious. Ah, child lacks education focus. Right. Oh, I'm done and pause it. Let's keep going. Keep going, yes. Princess Sophia, who is my half-sister, needs a focus. She's married to a prince, therefore she needs her airs and graces. So therefore we shall teach her in the art of stewardship, intrigue, learning. Intrigue would be good, apparently. Good for playful. Diplomacy. Good for airs and graces, I imagine. So we'll go with that one. Pope. Oh! Okay, anti-pope died, new pope comes into play. She was cheating. She had a lover, didn't she? We saw her, she had a lover, and now she's had a lover's child. Oh! Oh my God! It wasn't Henry Pope. It wasn't Henry Pope. Don't worry. It wasn't Henry Pope. It was anti-Pope. It was nasty Pope. It was the wrong Pope. The right Pope, in fact, to die. Well, when I said I didn't recognise her name, who is she, this courtier? I forgot she was married to my father. Oh dear. So she had this child, who is my half-brother, who we are convinced is a love child because my father was bedridden when she had this child. Had another love child here, and has now had another love child here. And she's still got lover's pox. But she wasn't my legitimate mother, don't forget, so she's not really a stepbrother. He's not really a stepbrother. She was only mother to Yesek. No, that's not right. Sophia and Ivan as well. Okay, so she had two of my father's children that we are certain of, and one we're not quite so sure. She's no stepmother of mine. She's no stepmother of mine. I tell you that much. This philandering woman. Are you crazy? I have disowned her. He's concerned about his non-inheriting sons. When you're considering for new vassals. Who? Oh, I would actually grant him a county right now. No, I don't think so. No. Sorry, pal. No chance. An itch that can't be scratched. Yes. Yes, indeed. It tells me something very similar. Military. 18k plus retinue. We're over 20k total troop count now. That's pretty decent. What does the Emperor of Byzantine Empire have to say for himself? How many men can you... 10,000! Oh, paltry. Paltry. Okay, so once again, we are playing the man in the middle. This time, my nephew can't get on with my brother. My younger brother, no less. So once again, we're going to invite them over for the Prague equivalent of tea and crumpets, whatever that might be. Not a clue. But it's certainly not wine, is it? So let's see if that turns out well. And I noticed that rather horrifically, some time ago, but I've forgotten, and they like each other. And wait a minute, oh, everything's kicking off here. I can't keep up with it. I noticed that my son was able to be imprisoned. He must be scheming. He must be doing something. But I can imprison my son if I so wish. Perhaps we should see what he's doing. What are you doing, child? You're supposed to be winning people over, yeah? Inheritance and all that. Don't be doing stuff that are going to turn people against you. You know what I mean? So where is he? I saw his name there very quickly. He wants to kill this poor child. Who is she and what has she done? It's betrothed to some random child. Oh! She's a daughter of my vassal. Is she the heir then? No. No, because he has a son. I don't know why he wants to kill him. It makes no sense to me, but kill him if you must. As he's growing older, I can see that my half-brother Ivan, the questionable one, and he'd know about this, right? I mean, he obviously doesn't know about his own questionable son from the roleplay perspective. He doesn't know that his own son, his own wife, was philandering because his father never told him. So this could well be lover's child. He doesn't know that, but he would know that this guy is questionable because he knew his father. He was regent, I think, at the time, or was his wife regent? I can't remember. But yeah, he knew his father was bedridden. And doing the maths, I know it's 11:10, but whatever it was at the time. But they're not stupid. So, just keeping the peace. Anyway, I think it was quite hard work. It may not always be appreciated, but this may be my chance to make a self-sacrifice for the sake of Ivan. Now, we are actually tutoring him. Now, are we tutoring him to be purposefully nasty and make him a bit of a dunce, or limit his opportunity to be a clever little lad? Or are we honestly embracing him as a potential half-brother? I mean, he's actually coming along quite nicely, to be fair to him. And his intrigue is getting high, which we're not completely happy with. He's showing signs of slyness, hiding toys and all that, telling lies to the servants. A very scheming child. So perhaps we should not encourage him to be ambitious. Perhaps we should leave him to his own devices, maybe, and hope that he goes astray. Or perhaps we should tell him to be patient. Yes, that's the one. Tell him to be patient. Ah! This is going to affect me as his tutor. I suffer with this one. This happened last time. Ah, right. I got the out of patience debuff and I couldn't remember what it was for. It was for this same thing. Right. This makes us bitter rivals. Nah, he's not high enough up the succession really for that to take effect. Right. Be thorough. Make others count on you. We get stressed and he gets diligent. We don't want him to be diligent. So patient seems good, or we can leave him to his own devices. I think out of the lot of them, I think that, yeah, leave him to his own devices is probably best. You do what you want, pal. Hoping that no education is going to hamper him, even better than giving him some education to make him patient. Right, Duke Popo is asking us to deal with an assassination attempt inside our realm. We can grant him the perpetrator's titles, send the perpetrator off to jail, or say it's not my call. Well, we are kind of in charge. It's not really. I mean, should we be interfering in these things? Somebody tried to kill you. Yeah, maybe we should. It is like, yeah, I think we do have to take action. Of course we do. So who's killed who? Popo of Meissen. So who's trying to kill you? Berthold the Quarreller of Upper Burgundy. And one of our commanders, no less. Ah, yes, thank you. I saw it previously, and then remembered, and then forgot again. Titles. Doesn't mean you have to push them. Probably will push them, but there you go. And it's quickly, the time is ticking and I'm sat here gawping. It's time for a feast. And all my vassals, of course they will be, they all love me. Unlike my father's feast, which were rather empty, we remember. There was a distinct abundance of familiar-looking courtiers dressed up in nice robes and finery. What was that all about? But yes, hopefully we'll get a bit more of a turnout than our father ever did. Not that we're trying to compete, of course, but, you know, having a good feast as a gregarious person is always, always most welcome. So, musicians, and of course, being rich, being the emperor, we can only have the best of everything. So, yes, he was they're good musicians. They played beautiful music, had me dancing, and I'm, well, not one to dance in public, of course. But yes, we, of course, bring them down. Bring them in, folks. Wandering minstrels. Oh! A flourishing bow and one long sad tone from his lute. As for my... Of course! Come on down! Not just one act, oh no. We have multiple acts. It's like a mini show. And for dessert, bring forth the court jester. Who is the court jester? Yeah, no? Court eunuch? No? Bishop Svatopor, Premislade, you're still the jester. Ha ha, come on you miserable sod. Put a smile on your face. Right, well, the best part is the food. We will spend lavishly. Oh yes, the guests will engorge themselves on all kinds of good stuff. And out go the invitations. Come on. Oh, one of my bishops. Oh, he's got a decent opinion of me though. And one of my mayors. Well, with all due respect, these lowly vassals, not a big upset to me. Perhaps they felt a bit overwhelmed, a bit unworthy to grace the table and the hall of an emperor, being just a mere bishop and a mere mayor, and I get that. Rather intimidating, I get it. You, why are you not coming? I want an explanation. I want a reason. Oh, you don't want to set foot in the same castle as me. Oh, that's a good reason. At least you're honest. I'll give you that much. You deceitful man. But he's got a decent opinion of me. Ah, well, fine. And you, sir, Bertrand of Dauphine, has got obviously other engagements. As you can quite rightly see, he's got a very important heir appointment clashed with the grand feast. I get that. I get hair in your eyes. It's an awful, awful experience. And you, sir, anything Italian is never going to go, is it? Because the Italians don't really like me, because we hold land and there's been history. But you, I am upset with you, my brother. I expected of all people, I expected family to turn up. These mere vassals with excuses of heir appointments and whatever else they've conjured up, I'm not bothered, but you, we've just had afternoon tea together not so long ago. Not good. Not good at all. But I still think we've got a bit more of a turnout than our father. Still, maybe, possibly. Yeah, they like the Jester title. Or I don't think they like it when you give it to them, but then they don't like it if you take it away. Yes, that's a rather strange thing, isn't it? The guests have arrived, the food is ready, the music is blaring, and we have a big smile on our face as we welcome people with open arms. And everybody looks around, samples the delights. When somebody asks, Emperor Johann, why isn't there no wine on the menu? I mean, I love wine. Sorry, wine is off the menu in my feasts. Would you like something else, perhaps? Right, here we go, folks. 3 spade. 3 spade. Okay, welcome, Cham, welcome. My throat is going a bit sore, so I'm going to actually go downstairs and grab myself a drink. So we're going to take a very brief break. So let's say we'll resume at 1/4 which is in 8 minutes time. And when I return, we'll have a very, very quick overview for the new arrivals, and then we'll press on and see what happens. So see you all in T-minus 7 minutes. All right. Okie dokie. I've been back for a little while. I just finished a chocolate and then I'm having a bit of a nosy. Who is this guy? No political concerns. Right. Aha! Aha! Right, okay, hello everybody, welcome back once again to the second part of the session. Right, King Chan, welcome. Chandler Silver, welcome. You asked what happened. Well, as somebody pointed out, we've made too much progress. We've married our son off to a wildling woman. And it took us ages to do so. Duchess Edler of the Wilds. We married him to her because she's attractive. She's quick. She's lustful. But she's an adulteress, apparently. Which means I think my son has found out that she's been cheating on him. What is it with wives of this family? What is it with them? They cannot... They just cannot be faithful. To put it politely, I was going to say something far more rude, but I'll refrain. And she's not pregnant yet either. What is going on here? Come on! He can say she's an adulteress even though she's innocent. Come on. Would you think that this face is lying? Why would he lie about that? Paranoid. Yeah. But would you look at that face? Would that lie? Would that lie? We can't believe our son would lie about such a thing. Anyway, it's none of our business. He's a duke now. If he can't keep his own affairs in order, it's not our problem. Oh, I can see their relationship being quite rocky. Quite rocky indeed. The spider versus the wildling. Oh, dearie me, who is going to win there? If he's the spider, she's the Black Widow, I'll tell you that much. Anywho, as I was just pottering around before starting up the second half of the session, I noticed two things. No, I noticed three things. Four things, really. The first thing is that England are swamped by camp fever. Yes, which has led to rats running in the streets. How very, very uncouth indeed. You wouldn't find that happening in Prague, I tell you that much. And as a result, I think King William the Young has shut himself away in seclusion. Rightly so. He has not got the dreaded disease just yet, but, well, it's not looking good for the crusading King of England. So we'll refrain. Look at that! 2 of his kids have got the plague and they've died. The camp fever struck down 2 of his children. Oh, we feel so sad for England right now. How very awful. They've been struck down in their beds. Dear, dear, dear. Okay, so that's not a good sign. So we'll refrain from marrying off into that part of the world for now. It would be like sending our kids on a death sentence. Second of all, well, that's third of all really now, is the fact that King Guilhem of France is now in power. Another House Capet character, but his brother died of a bad case of the flu. He has no kids now, so there's no possibility of a marriage alliance with France just yet. So England and France are now out of commission when it comes to alliances. However, one area that's not completely out of commission when it comes to an alliance is good old Sicily, who still have some of the African northern tip. And as I was slightly tippy-tapping away on the mouse, I noticed that Prince Morga of Sicily, who's probably second in line. No? He's heir. So Prince Morga, who's heir, in fact, because he is, of course, the oldest living son, of course, of King Bohemond of Sicily, 18 years young, can, in fact, now be betrothed to my beloved Slow Justinia. Now, she was hell-bent on being a queen. She wanted to be Queen of England and have brooch in her hair and crown on her head, because that's what she believes it's like, being a slow child. It's not all lemon drops and beautiful flowers being a queen, but anyway, there you go, let her believe what she will. And she was very, very upset when we told her that the nasty King of England did nothing to do with her, in very polite terms, of course. So she was crying for many, many weeks. However, we have now managed to find her a new Prince Charming, Morga of Sicily. So you can have the bows in your hair after all, my dear. What father promises you, he eventually organises, eventually. So, yeah, apparently the political intrigue is now no longer... Ooh, that would be interesting. No longer high enough for us to be affected by its curse. So we can now start some marriage alliances up. And we'll start with Sicily, because she wants bows in her hair and a crown. And who are we to deny her? Bless her heart. So off she pops. So that'll be that. Unless we want to marry off anybody else, I don't think so. I'm not interested in marriage alliances with the Eastern Bloc. So we'll press on and see what's happening. So did we have anything to do? So 2 of our kids are going to get married. Fingers crossed, we don't want anybody dying. So hospitals, yes, somebody mentioned hospitals. I'm not au fait with how the hospitals work. We have one hospital. We can only have one hospital, but could we put a hospital, say, in there? I don't think we can. But could we have hospitals in other areas? So if we, say, have the, I don't know, Haradek, could we have a hospital in there? Yes, we could. But I think having a hospital, yeah, in your main, oh, okay, in your main holding. So we do have a hospital in our main holding. So I'm assuming what you mean is we should focus on upgrading the hospital. So we are now going to go with the leper colony, because hellfire. We need to be able to segregate the sick people. And we hear that the sickness that has struck England is very, very nasty. God help us all if it should find home in our lands. But if you've noticed, folks, never have a curse befallen our fair country. Oh no! Plagues upon all these houses. Is it Romeo and Juliet? A plague upon your houses, he says. Whatever the person that said it. And yes, they're unworthy. God is striking them down. But our fair lands of prosperity, of peace, a shining beacon to the Catholic faith, God dare not touch us with his foul plans. Oh no. No siree. Says Emperor Johann, daring God to strike him down, rather foolishly, because, well, you should not say those things. You should not say them, Johann. Wine? What do you mean you refused more wine? The wine isn't on the menu, you fool. I took it off. It's not befitting of my family to serve wine at these kind of feasts, the kind of feasts where you want people to enjoy themselves and not end up dead. How dare you insult me? I think he's not saying he's refused the wine. I think the game is confused and he is upset that there is no wine. And the guests have returned home because there was a feast going on, which I completely forgot about. And everybody was merry. The music was good, the food was delicious, and everybody grew to love mead. What more is there to life? To the affable. Indeed you accept, King of Sicily. Good to see you finally come around. It took you a few years, but hey, we got there in the end. Let's raise a glass to our future alliance. You heard that right? I said... No, I'm not going to build you a hospital, you fool. I said alliance. I said alliance. No? Why, you... Why are you... Oh. If my girl didn't want flowers in her hair and stuff, I'd take her away from your son. She's not even that good looking. But hey-ho, it will be what it will be. Stop telling me about my escapades. I'm having a good life. Leave me be. If you can't enjoy yourself, what's the point of living? I'm an emperor with nothing to do now. People, this empire runs itself. What have I got to do other than have a good time in the fields and go hunting and stuff? Maybe take up falconry like my father one day. I don't need to worry about life here. Look at this, the country runs itself. The empire runs itself. Everything is hunky-dory. Anything goes wrong, I have people to tell me about it. I barely have to lift a finger. My father would be so proud. He stressed so much about running this place. But he did lay the groundwork. But now it runs like clockwork. Clockwork indeed. To the second. Tick, tick, tick. It's a joy to behold. As the money rolls in, Prague prospers. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Right, threat. 34%. I want to take some land before the session ends. I'm telling you, I want to take some land. Special tithe. Let me see that again. Duke Bertrand the Cruel, or the steward. That's the Duke of so many places. How powerful is he? 39. He's a powerful man. We should keep him on side. Really, 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 he is a very powerful man. And in fact, that's quite a lot of money. We're going to give you an honorary title. Yes, we are. Seneschal. Seneschal, for collecting this tithe, the Emperor had to blink 3 times when he saw the parchment with the numbers on it. 319 gold, special tithe indeed, I certainly agree. Yes, indeed. Have an honorary title. Hell, if you weren't so greedy, I'd give you a bit of money as a gift, but I'm not giving you 177, no sirree. Right, Chancellor Michel. Peasants have started a delightful tradition where the peasantry from several villages meet up and dance, feast and pair up for future marriage. Interesting. I heard that marriage is a very difficult thing to master. Arranging these things is a nightmare. So anything to bring people together is a plus in my book. Promoting this tradition will develop a strong local culture. Oh, guys, yeah, of course I support it. Of course I do. Oh no! Who's dead? Who's dead? Oh? Huh? Oh, rabies? Rabies? What the hell? Lost my spy master, folks. I've lost my spy master. Alrighty, alrighty. Not the end of the world. Hold on to your hats. Let's have a look if there's any vassals that are still in need of council positions. Not at the moment. Only one council member has got a negative opinion. We could change that with an honorary title. We're almost to the 10-year empire title holding deadline, and that means we're getting ever so close to changing that succession law. Spy master. Ooh, we could have our son. Too dangerous. Our last son was spy master. My brother was spy master for my no, I was spy master for my father. Get this right. Too many family members now. I was spy master for my father, doing spy work in Constantinople. Then I was imprisoned by the emperor. I feared for my life till my father bailed me out. So I will not be subjecting my son to the same thing. No sirree. So we shall send Ludwig, some count of some faraway place who's a lunatic and has great... No, we won't be sending him anywhere. Salvestro is my court tutor, so you must stay at home and tutor the children. We're getting very close to the bottom of the barrel here, it must be said. Another one with a great pox and lunatic. Great pox and lunatic. What the hell is going on in this world? It's full of great pox lunatics. Madmen with pox. Freaks of nature spouting nonsense. Bertrand, Duke of Dauphine. Should we risk it? Oh, it's so risky. Do you know what? Let's risk it. Come on. Come on, son. You have to prove yourself and send yourself away to Constantinople because we need to give you more reason to be suspicious of your wife. That's why. Yes, indeed. We sent you away. She has children. You're a paranoid man. What's the worst that could happen? There you go. Ooh. Whatever you do, though, don't get caught by the Emperor. It's rather embarrassing when that happens. Oh, we marshal. That's fine. That's very fine. Okay, off you go. We'll keep an eye on your wife. Not a problem. We'll keep our beady little eye on her. I know how you get. And oop, pregnant. Dilemma. Why does this always happen? Dilemma. Obviously she's already pregnant, but the dilemma is he thinks she's an adulteress. So already he's suspicious of this child. Are we ever going to have any legitimate children that we are not suspicious of? Oh dear, dear, dear. It's rather funny that Igor is a suspicious child in our eyes, not in his own eyes. Of course, Igor is a suspicious child who could become the next emperor, and then Igor's child, who could well be the heir, will be a suspicious child. How diluted is this Kobyla line going to become? Kobyla by name, but not Kobyla by nature, surely. Right. It was to groom an heir. Okay. That's a good sign. It's a good sign. He could well be welcoming this child. He wants to groom this child, hoping that it's going to be an heir. So maybe he still believes it's his child. Okay, that works. Usurpation, fine. Nothing to concern myself with. Right, I think we have maximised our thingamybobsy, our retinue, so we shall expand it even further. So let's have a look at what it's made up of then. What is it made up of? Can we see it from the retinue screen? Yes, we can. So we've got 800 light infantry, we've got 250 pikes, we've got 850 archers, 500 heavy, and 900 glorious light cav. Anybody want to suggest a couple more that we might want to throw into the mix? We'll get another 2. Any ideas, folks? Any suggestions as to how we can bolster this retinue even further? What would be best? I come to you, my noble military council. My holiday was good. Anything funny happen? Funny? Not really. Funny? Nothing stands out as funny. Obviously, you know, we had a couple of incidents on the way home, which weren't quite so funny. I can look back and laugh now a little bit, but no, nothing springs to mind as a standout moment. I mean, there was lots of laughter involved because whenever me and my mother go away on holiday, it is always quite a hilarious affair. We've got a very similar sense of humours, and all we ever do is we sit by the pool or sit up on the top deck. More often than not, when we're not going on a trip somewhere, and we just people watch and constantly take the mick out of nearly everybody. We always have something to say about somebody. Sometimes I feel very awful, but it's rather amusing to do. So what are we looking at? Sorry, more horses, 77 and 81. Those retinue are cheap as chips. A fight? No, I didn't get into a fight. Me, a fighter? Do I look like the fighting type of person? My mild-mannered ways, very patient man. Do I look like a person to get into a fight? No. I used to fight for a living. Not literally, of course. I used to get into the occasional scrap as part of my previous job. But no. No fights. Horses. So Charlene says horses, more horses. They're expensive, but we, you know, overrun the enemy on the flanks with horses. Not a bad strategy. Oh, the incident on the way home. No fights there either. We had a bit of a car crash. Literally, we crashed. Well, I didn't crash. My mother didn't crash. The taxi driver decided she wanted to drive into the rear of somebody because she was constantly tailgating the entire journey. I have never in my entire life, I'm not exaggerating, ever come across driving as bad in my entire existence. She was awful. As a minibus driver, she was speeding down the motorway in the wet. Spray everywhere, reduced visibility, speeding, doing at least 80. She had to slam on the brakes because she almost missed a speed camera. She was constantly tailgating people, less than 10 metres in front, stopping distances in the rain, 4 times longer than normal. Cutting cars up. Really, when she was pulling out in front of cars, going right up to the bumper before pulling out. Constantly having to hit the brakes because she was too close to cars in front, sending luggage in the back, crashing around, throwing us around in our seats, taking personal calls whilst driving. I mean, the list was endless. She missed 3 turnings because she wasn't concentrating. And after all that, we get all the way to about 5 minutes within our house from Manchester, and she decides that, boom, she'll drive up the rear backside of somebody. I mean, it was only a little minor shunt. It wasn't anything major, but I mean, goodness grief. What a shock. Anyway, so we're going to go in more horses for Charlene, and I'll go for... more pikes. Oh dear, so there's something annoying the dog outside. It will either be a squirrel, or a bird, or a fox. Anyway. Should we get some archers? I mean, obviously, when we were the English, the longbow retinue was really, really effective. Obviously, the archer retinue in this army is not going to be... Oh, we don't get the archer retinue because it was a specialist unit. Ah, right. Okay, I'm going to go heavy infantry. We've got a little bit of a lack of heavy infantry, so we'll go heavy. 200 heavy, 50 archers. I think that's probably next best. 800, 850, 250, 500 heavy. It works. I think we've got a little bit more left, actually, so we'll get another one as well. Heavy cav. We've got no heavy cav. Actually, I didn't know there was a heavy cav unit. It's now too expensive, that one. Oh, never mind. I would have maybe got a unit of that instead of getting the instead of getting those extra light horses. I might have gone for the heavy. Mind you, an extra 50 of those. What's the difference? Yeah, 250, 250, 250 of them. Where did all the pikes come from? Oh, there. More heavy? Yeah. More heavy. Right, we're maxed out. Retinue cap is maxed. Money is being invested. It's now expanding. Let's merge it together. And that will be our completed retinue. Pretty decent. Good enough to take down most people's armies, entire forces, just on its own. Fills me with joy. Anyway, I wrote a 3-page letter of complaint today to send to the company and see what they want to do about what happened. So I'll keep you posted. Okay. Ooh, hot chocolate. I was going to get a hot drink, but I thought, no, I'll wait until I finish the session and then have my hot drink before slipping into bed. A successful jihad. Speaking of jihads, don't you think it's time... Ooh! Don't you think it's time for a crusade, Mr. Scottish Pope Man? Don't you think it's time for a crusade? I mean... I'd be the first one to join it. I have never had a success. I've never been involved I have never been the lead war score person in a crusade. I was never the lead. I've never been the lead person. So, as the Holy Roman Emperor, with a whopping 21,000 troops, now would be the perfect time, especially when there's not really anything going on in the realm to worry about, or outside the realm, in fact. Now would be the perfect time to march all of our force to some faraway land in the jihad and try to see if we can get the highest war score. Be a crusader and have all the glory that goes with it. It would be marvellous. So, sir, sort it out, Sergius. Give us some action, mate. The Knights of St. John and the Knights Templar. Perhaps he's preparing for a crusade. Who knows? Military orders have been founded. Ooh, so they will now fight in holy wars. Is that so? Indeed. Could be useful. The Knights of St. John. Very good. Cared for the sick pilgrims and all that nonsense. I mean, good stuff. What am I saying now? They're caring for sick people. It's very noble of them. What have we got going on now? More people joining the pacts of the defence. Let's have a look at the defensive pact list. As we get close to the deadline now, we're getting close to the deadline for primogeniture. I'm going to build a tension. And we're all positive at the same time. It's all coming together so nicely. What am I looking at? I was going to look at something. Once again, it's another brain fade moment, unfortunately. Another brain fade moment. Threat is gone. What's the date? It's December. Can't remember. Right, let's carry on then. Let's carry on. I've forgotten. It's going to do something. Why is Dietrich Scarponis an interesting character? Who is he? Count Dietrich of Württemberg. Who is he and why is he interesting? Not a clue. Oh my god, what is going on? What is going on? Special minor titles. Commander and Italy is going to be lost in succession. Oh, is that so? Is that so? Is that so? 11-12. Can probably change the succession of... Okay, so quick question to those of you in the know. If we change the succession law of the Holy Roman Emperor, can't get my words out, that won't change the succession laws of the kingdoms as well. We'd have to change those individually, I assume. So to change Italy, we'd have to go through the same process. Reign for 10 years, no negative opinions, from the, I'm assuming from the de jure vassals, or the vassals within the Kingdom of Italy. So it says there, late feudalism administration. That's the only one that could cause us a problem, but we could call in some favours, because our council, surely to God now, trust us to do the right thing. So yeah, who is this man and can we kill him? Yes we can. Yes we can. So if the worst comes to the worst and we can't change the succession law and we look as if we are getting a bit frail, we can of course pop him off. There's always that option. Always that option. Ooh. Relieved him of his position. Anyway, we have a commander slot available, I'm assuming because a commander died. So we're going to put another commander in. They're not very good. Pope as a commander, can you imagine? We'll leave that for now, it's not important, we've got quite a few. What is important is I need some positions filling here. I need positions filling, so I'm going to fill them. You mark my words, people. You mark them well. I need myself a court dwarf. Oh yes, I need myself a court dwarf because it's been a long time since we had one, and we need these little tokens because they make people happy. When people come for feasts next time, they will expect to be entertained by these little people. And a eunuch who we can never seem to get. So who should we get as our court dwarf? We could have 17-year-old dwarf who's depressed. No, we can't have him depressed. We can't have a depressed dwarf. He will not make people laugh. He will make people cry. A craven, that works well. Running away from things. It's quite the gag. Slothful, he'll run away very slowly. Lustful. And kind. Okay, this works. Berengar is a name I recognise also. Berengar. Where have I got that? Where's that name cropped up before? He will survive longer, but nah, he's depressed. I don't want a depressed man bringing the morale down of my courtiers. So we shall go for the older, cowardly. He will be perfect for those little gags when you have to run away like Benny Hill. He'll make people laugh, and it's hilarious. He will be quite the charmer, and he's kind as well. Eunuchs, I think somebody said that eunuchs they have to crop up in an event rather than you can invite them. I think that's what somebody said last time. I don't think you can just like randomly invite eunuchs. I think they're sort of like loyal to people. Is that not right? No, not necessarily. Or maybe they are. Maybe they're already like sort of, I don't know. Maybe just been unlucky that none of them want to join our court at the moment. Are any of them even like sort of remotely? Yeah, they're classed as loyal servants. That was what somebody said. Because they're already loyal to somebody as a eunuch, they can't be invited. That's the problem. So we have to be pretty much gifted one. That was it Witcher 3? Berengar. I know I've seen that the name rings a bell. Couldn't remember why. That might be it. Right, anyway, let's press on. I think it's about time we... Oh, not quite yet, actually. I've got something to do. I was going to start to also stop the plots again, but given that we're going to be changing succession laws, I think we want to keep our message clear. Here comes Berengar. Leper colony has been built. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I thought it was another commander that died. Not quite. Okay, Court Dwarf! Come on down, Berengar, come on down. Princess Sabina, my daughter, lacks a childhood focus. She lacks a betrothal as well, actually. Has the plague passed England yet? No. France, ooh, it's creeping, ooh, it's creeping. Wait a second. Yeah, it's just creeping. I was thinking if he's got... No, he's not got any kids anyway. Yeah, ooh. Dangerous times, folks. Hungary? I don't want to marry any Hungarians or Croatians or anything. Not really. Prince Arpad is already betrothed to my half-sister. What the hell is going on? The hell is happening here? Croatia have got a little bit more than usual. There's enough water past... You never knew? Oh dear. Oh my God, we could marry our princess, or betroth our Princess Sabina to the Holy Roman Emperor. Now, is this the same Holy Roman Emperor that imprisoned us? I don't think it is. I think it was this guy. This is his son. This was the one that was born in the purple, yeah? Yes, it is. I remember him. He was born in the purple. He was a child. We tried to kill him with our father. Couldn't get to him, so we killed his brother instead, yeah? Yes, we did. Under suspicious circumstances. Right. It's all coming together nicely. Which means that we, you know, water under the bridge and all that. Oh my God, water under the bridge? I'd say it's more like rum under the bridge. They're back with a vengeance. Ha! The gin drinkers besmirched. I think it's still worthy of an alliance. I think it's still worthy of an alliance. I think we should ally ourselves now with the Byzantine Empire. Let the two empires ally together. A mightier force you had never seen. Who is head of Rome? Out of interest. You, sir. Sultan Muhammad the Conqueror is the head of... He can't be the head of Rome. He is the head of Rome. They only have 9,000 men. And all this land? Is that right? They could all be desolate landscape. No, they're quite advanced. How on earth has he only got that many men? How many have you got? 7? Oh, you're not looking in good shape. And if we get dragged into a war... I don't want to be dragged into a war against Rome. It's almost like heresy. But, seeing as there's a lack of people to marry... he's not born in the... Oh, he's got a stutter. Oh, bless him. He's got a stutter. Yeah, it could be quite endearing. An idolizer. Easily impressed. My daughter will impress you, I can quite assure you. She's quite the character. He's actually the heir. Oh my God. Right, okay. Unless somebody's born in the purple, he could well become the next emperor. So, I think I like this option. I like this. So, Princess Sabina, my youngest child, I think. Yeah. Bless her. I mean, poor little, what's she called? Justinia with the bows and flowers into their hair and the crowns, getting to marry a king. Younger sister Sabina had to go one better, didn't she? She had to marry a future emperor. It is what it is. Let's try it. So we'll have a daughter queen and a daughter emperor if all goes to plan. Not bad. House Kobyla expands its horizons. Well, it doesn't really, because it's a non-matrilineal, I suppose, but it's still of our blood. Still of our blood, if not by name. Anyway, let us see if he has changed his mind about an alliance yet. No? Okay. I don't think he is going to do either. Who wants a child of focus now? Oh, you. You're going to marry a bloody emperor, right? So you better learn some etiquette, my dear. Certainly. Certainly. Okay. 30th of December. Tick over. 1st of January. Bingo, bango, bongo. Acceptance. I don't think we'll get an alliance out of it, though. I don't think we will. But we're going to try. Yes, we will. Oh, close call. Nice. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ticky, 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 tocky, ticky, tocky, ticky, tocky, ticky, tocky. And there you go. We have an alliance with the Holy Roman Emperor. And yes, two empires unite. He has overseen. I mean, not quite. You've got to admit, not quite the same pizzazz as his father. Not quite the same drama. But he's just going about his business quietly. But it's not to be underestimated what this man is achieving. You know, it should not go unnoticed. It really shouldn't. So their two are betrothed. Our Prince Hans still needs to marry. Do we have anybody that's like a ruler? Could we marry? We could marry him to a duchess and make it non-matrilineal, so that their children would. So House Kobyla would eventually become Dukes of Kobyla. Nah, it just seems a little bit too much. I mean, it gets him. We'll keep him for now. We'll keep him for now. There could be candidates closer to home. Shouldn't be wasting our pawns now, should we? Right, we have work to do. We have achieved an alliance that people thought in their wildest nightmares wouldn't come true. Couldn't say dreams, really, but is this getting closer to her? No, I think it's still the same size. Kumania. But it's time, folks. It's time to see what's going to happen here, because primogeniture is just around the corner. First of all, we have to stop the vassals from fighting each other. We can't do that prematurely, because we need to okay. This here, let me just read this straight. This here that says, one of these must be true. Any held title is a viceroyalty. And then it goes on to say, one of these must be true. Has the law feudal administration? That seems to me to be two separate conditions. So if we get late feudal administration, that would be true, but would we still need to hold a vice-royalty title? That wouldn't make sense. Surely. But the way this reads, it almost seems as if that's what it's saying. You have to have a vice-royalty title, which of course is currently a cross because we don't have the DLC for that. But surely the game wouldn't hamstring you to need that. No, it's not like that. So it's, you have to have late feudal, and if you hold late feudal, then that's fine. Right then, to the council chambers, because we need to twist some arms, folks. We need... What do we need? Late feudal. Oh, flipping hell! I've changed the law already, and I can't change one until 11:30. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? I see. So it's one of three. Okay, so it's one of the three. Right, well we can't do it now anyway because I've flipping changed the law to bloody centralisation. We've got to go forward for another year and another year and a bit. Another year and oh god, bloody. What's it late? What are we saying? November 13. We might get there before. We won't get there before. Oh, I want to get there before the end of the session. Duke Bertrand the Cruel has declared the provincial Genoese de jure holding war on Nice. Right. Okay. Ooh, what's happening now? Young Ivan, who is our half-brother of such, has finished his intrigue education. I think we'll go until we change the succession law. So that's not going to take too long. We're going on 3 speed, so it's already March. It's going to take us probably about 15 minutes. The most difficult bit will be convincing the council, so if that doesn't happen, well, we're screwed, but we'll try to get there. So let's have a look at him. This is now Ivan Kobyla, our half-brother, and like all Kobylas that have gone before him, mostly, he's best at intrigue, but to say best, it's really stretching the truth because he's not the greatest. But he is married to a princess of Sicily, so there you go. His betrothal can now happen. That's already happened though, hasn't it? Anyway, let's marry them off. Uh-oh. Ooh, look at this! Our son has managed to glean some information from Constantinople. Wonderful! Let's have a look. And arranged marriage from Bohemond. Have they been betrothed? I think we've clicked it. Your wisdom and mercy. Yes. Ivan and Judy. I'm trying to get them married. And he's in. And he's unlanded, of course. An unlanded son now. Is that a problem? Oh, no, he's a brother. Well, we should land him at some point, I assume. Wow, our domain is increasing. Let's see. And we're quite happy with our current domain size. We could really be nasty if we wanted to be in scheming and start punting out people out of Bohemia by fabricating claims and then revoking our revoking their titles because we have legitimacy in inverted commas over the land. But no, we won't resort to such things. Title loss, Kingdom of Italy. We know that. You keep telling us, but we know it. We're trying to sort this out. Don't you worry, your pretty little head. And another commander still available. Right, let's go. Let's power our way to 1113. How long does it take for realm peace? 3 months after it's been declared. That's fine. Stables built. Keep has been built. Marshall has got a big recruitment drive on the go. How big is this defensive pact? Okay, quite big. Alright. We won't try anything, don't worry. Oh, we lose Brave! Oh, this happened to his father. The same thing. It's like a carbon copy. He's getting older. He's getting a bit more careful and starting to become, he's becoming a bit more in touch with his frailties as he gets older. Usurp the title. Alrighty. can't bear that. Judith. Wait a... Now, if we ever remember our family, for one thing, it's probably not going to be for the epic emperors that have, you know, unified the Holy Roman Empire to things they've never seen before, or any glorious epic commanders that may pull victories like rabbits out of a hat. No, we Kobylas shall be remembered, us Kobyla men at least, shall be remembered for the men that were constantly cheated on by their flipping wives, because now it's happened to Ivan. I mean, we don't really care because it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But, I mean, goodness griefus, every damn bloody Kobyla man has been, pretty much seems like it, has been subjected to cheating wives. What is going on? Are we that depressing to be with? You have to spread your legs for other men? I don't understand it. Ah, leave her. Leave them be. I don't want to... maybe I should have actually exposed it, just because he's really a bit of a questionable child. Ah, goodness me. If any more of our bloody Kobyla men end up in situations where their wives cheat on them, I'm gonna start putting people in the damn oubliette, I'm telling you. I'm getting old now, and I was getting to that time where he's not quite 80 and full, you know, riddled with illness, but he's getting to that stage where, you know, when there's things that he doesn't care about. Oh, now she's trying to assist me. For all these years, Uraka, I have managed to run this empire with little support from you whilst you've been doing your fashion work, and you now deem it suitable to give me advice on how to run this empire? Regain proud. Refuse offer to help. Ugh. Let's have a look. Okay, positive opinion. Fine. Let her think she's playing at being empress. Oh, she's got lover's pox. Does she always have lover's pox? Don't have any more children. She can't anyway. She's too old, surely. 45 years. Don't have any more Don't have any more children, my liege. It could be bad for your health. Stay away from this woman. She's received an education in intrigue like yourself, so she quickly grasps the nuances of the problem as you explain it. The two of you set to work, discussing and comparing travel routes. She's the most competent schemer, is she? She's not. Well, we'll humour her. Within the hour, you have laid the groundwork for a promising solution. Let us retire to the bedchamber. No, this is not retire to the bedchamber. Thank you very much. She has lover's pox. Thank you. We'll just keep talking. Yes. Oh, military tech points and stuff. What? Common interests. And we like each other a bit more. No. Really, don't want you to be liking each other too much. Don't want you dying of lover's pox now, Emperor. No, thank you. Not before you've changed the succession law. Ah, dearie me. Is she still the regent? Perhaps our son should now be the regent. If that's the case, I mean, our son is ruling now. He's got his land. He's got his wife. He's scheming right in front of the Emperor of the Byzantium's nose. He's proving to be quite useful. In fact, when it comes to scheming, he even outfoxes me. I'm ashamed to admit it now. Well, I mean, I'm not ashamed. It's good that he's learning these arts. Perhaps I've forgotten what I was going to do. This is happening far too often this session. Turn on. Think. What was I going to do? What was I going to do? Perhaps. Oh yes, my son, Regent. Right. Minor titles. Designated Regent. Will she be miffed off if I change? Probably. Can my son do it? No? Does he have to be in my... Oh, he has to be in my court, probably. Which would... No, it doesn't. No, he's there. Well, he's not got really much administration work. Should we compare the two? I think we'll just leave her be. She's not bad. Rushy, slothful, craven, proud, gregarious. Look at that, she really likes me. My God, all the roles have reversed. It was us that was badly deeply in love with you, and now we just kind of like you a little bit. Perhaps growing tired and weary. 4 children, is that enough? Lover's pox. Oh my God. I mean, obviously he must know about this lover's pox. He's not blind, you know? Without going into the gory details, he's not a blind man. So he knows about this lover's pox. He's 43. He still has needs. Is it worth divorcing over? I mean, obviously we could request a divorce and have it granted because he is in our employ, of course. Would result in non-aggression pact ending. She would be insulted by her relatives. Using the Oh. If we didn't like her, I'd suggest that this was probably definitely more the case. But the fact that we like her, I think, and we've got kids, you know, she's a regent. It would be it's too much of an issue to suddenly just click her fingers and divorce her. Now, I don't know how we can orchestrate. I know how we can orchestrate something else though. Let's think about this. Family, we've got family, right? We've got family. We're happy with our family. They're married off, betrothed off, alliances, and he is of course shaping up to take over from ourselves and being very competent in doing so. So we're quite happy with the family life. So family focus, probably not the best focus to have right now. However, because we're 43, we still have some desires and needs. A man that's not past his prime, I'm sure you'll agree. I think it's time to switcheroo a little bit, perhaps to a bit of seduction focus. Oh yes, because, well, she's got lover's pox, and I'm sorry, but just no. So turning his attention to a bit of seduction. Sex appeal +10. Matures like a fine wine. Yes, so I think this is going to kind of throw up opportunities for us to lie with other women and get our desires elsewhere. Yes, seems like a reasonable thing to do. And another anti-pope has died. Perhaps they're not getting the picture. God is seeing fit to strike them down where they sit, because obviously they are a besmirchment to Christianity and Catholicism. Unlike our Pope, who has reigned for a long time and is obviously the right man for the job. Vile heresies? He's spreading how... No. Have you gone negative? You dog. You're positive before... Oh, 2 people now. Right when we had him in the palm of our... We can give gifts. We can give gifts if necessary. Turn a blind eye and all that. Right, we're not going to denounce him because that's going to really scupper our chance. Threaten him to start a fact. No, turning a blind eye. Ooh. I knew this was possibly going to be an occurrence because the Byzantines are always at war with somebody. And of course, we will accept. And of course, our 20,000 men will be marching nowhere near your lands, pal. Do apologise. But what they're actually doing is they're just readying their equipment. Yes, of course, it's a long way to the lands of you, wherever you live, and we need sturdy boots and lightweight materials because we hear it's very hot down there. So we are simply gathering resources. We'll be with you shortly. And they're attacking Rum, which is definitely against my beliefs. Completely against my beliefs. Another son. I mean, I know she's no longer married to my father, but she's not married to anybody else either. So therefore, you know, you shouldn't really be doing this. Should you? Praha. They're just like, de Praha. House de Praha. I quite like that. Anyway, let her crack on. We've got bigger fish to fry. Alliance is being formed. They can probably win this war without our help, to be honest with you. Mind you, yeah, he had more men than them though, from what I can remember. Depends if he uses them. Okay, fine. All right. All right. Ooh. So 4,000 men there. They've got 11,000 men. They're looking good. King William. Oh, wait a moment. I know we're powering on towards the end of the year so that we can change the succession law, but you can't help but notice when things crop up. It seems to be new King of England. No, it doesn't. I misread it. Fine. But they've just won a war against Scotland. Don't know what they've done. Okay, nothing of interest. Nothing. Unless there's that. No, can't remember. Nothing. Okay, we're winning. We're winning. Go on, Basileus. Go on. Take them down. That's right. Show them who's boss. We're coming. We are honestly coming. We'll help take the plaudits when the victory is won. Oh yes. Good job. Good job. Love it when a plan comes together. Who's this? Who's this? Sicilian army? Where are they going? Oh. Why are they allied? Oh, they must have joined. Oh, of course, they were allied with the Byzantines as well. They were allied with the Byzantines as well. Yes, they were. They're going to help. How very noble. Anyway, my daughter is ailing. My darling Sabina, who is married to the Basileus' son, food poison. Who was trying to poison her? What is going on? Who would want to poison my child? It could just be a natural thing. It could just be she's eaten something rotten, at which point we're going to kill the cook. Oh, what's going on? She's dead, isn't she? She's dead. She's dead. No, she's not dead. She's not dead. So what's happened? Betrothed can marry. Oh, phew. Thought she was dead. Princess just, oh, look at her. She's come of age. Our darling Justinia. Here she is. Look, she's slow, but she's a woman of the cloth. She knows her prayers and all that jazz. She ain't slow when it comes to religion. No siree. And she's kind and, oh, humble. Very sweet queen she will make. Yes, of course they should marry. Very good. Such a happy ending for her, bless her. She's going to get the flowers in her hair. Who are you? Prince Hans. My son. My youngest son. My little whippersnapper son. Yes. My little whippersnapper who needs to focus on something. And as it's always struggle. Boys of this family always learn struggle. Because you need to learn to overcome adversity. Because you will have many. Usually in the form of an adulterous wife. But you will get over it, like we all have. By turning a blind eye. And embracing any children as your own, even though they may not be. us goes the war effort. Very good. I'm keeping an eye. I'm keeping an eye, don't worry. Emperor, Basileus, person thing. What, do you have a name? Let me call you by your face. We're both emperors, so there's no airs and graces, is there? We don't have to bend down on one knee to each other. We're both of the same rank. So, I just call you T. Can I just call you T? Mr. T, yeah? Perfect. I've got you back, Mr. T. Not a problem. I got you back. Come on. Oh, why is my commander fighting in this war? Why? He should not be fighting anywhere. Oh, unless he's fighting in his own war somewhere. What's he doing? She has stepped out of line one too many times. Oh boy, you have not seen the wrath of Emperor Johann ever in this playthrough. He's been very just. He's been very kind. He's turned blind eyes to many, many things. She spread her legs many times to different lovers, no doubt, besmirching my father's name, really. But when you plot to kill my son, love, I'm sorry, it's a step too far. Because now my father's teachings are going to suddenly come to the fore. Oh, we can actually seduce people. Oh, I didn't know that. Why didn't nobody tell me? We can actually seduce people. I'm waiting for an interaction to happen. We actually have to make we can make the first move. We're gonna go and just, rather than looking for a wife like we've done before, we're gonna look for a potential candidate to seduce. We're gonna keep our eye out for some lovely ladies. Oh yes, but not before we've imprisoned this woman. Because surely, yes, she is the leader of a plot, and that plot is to kill my son. So she needs to be imprisoned right now. You have done one too many things, my dear, that have ticked me off. And in ode A to my father's memory. Oh, it's the wrong woman. Oh, it's a case of mistaken identity. I'm so sorry, my dear. I'm so sorry. I thought you were somebody else. But you're still plotting to kill my son, so I don't feel quite so bad. Instead, we may just make you see the error of your ways. We won't lop your head off or torture you or humiliate you anymore because you're not the same person. But we're just going to keep you in prison. We're not going to throw you the oubliette either. Nah. We're just going to let you suffer in the cells with dignity. Because we're not evil men. No, we're just going to just let you stay there with your dignity. Okay? No problem. No problem at all. Right, has been imprisoned. So if that was the other woman, we may have done something a little bit more dastardly than just put her in prison. Torture, possibly. Maybe we'd have flipped. Maybe. Or just thrown in the oubliette and let her die. But seeing as it's a mistaken identity, we'll just let her lie there. Okay. Alright. She's gone. Excellent job. Right. Somebody remind me, what else was I going to do? I've forgotten again. Oh, this is so bad. So bad. Something else was going to happen. I know it's October, we're getting towards the law change time, but it wasn't that. What was it? Ah, seduction! Seduction, yes, seduction. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to have a wee look in our court to see if there's anybody who we can give the glad eye to. Oh yes, Martha Croven with your hood over your face. Looks, 20. A young model. Charitable, lustful, oh, rejecting seduction attempts. But, I don't know, have you ever been seduced by a man of my stamp? Obviously not in... Oh, that's a bloody crying shame. She was almost perfect. Okay, she looks a bit more frumpy. 30. Oh, she's very good at... And she's married to my court shooter. That's probably not the best thing to do. We have some semblance of honour, if not much, considering we're going to cheat on our wife very shortly. Melisande! The fiery red hair seems so familiar, I wonder why. 32? Green eyes, oh I see it in the flames. An emperor is going to come through my door any moment now. All I need is to cut you open, stick some leeches on you, and everything will be fine. She's chaste, which is good, because she might not get pregnant. Therefore, there's no evidence. Ah, yes, I like this. I like this. And then there's a load of kids, and somebody in prison. Right, no, perfect. Melisande, yes, Lady Melisande, very good. I have seen you walking past my window many times. Would you care to come in for some sheep's milk and honey? Marvellous. Come in. I heard you don't drink alcohol. Very good of you. It's bad for your health, especially wine. Okay, so we're setting to work. It's maybe been a few months, a few years maybe even since we had to strut our stuff. You know, you've been married for a long time, you become complacent. So, yes, having to put on his finery, not a problem. He's got many, many clothes, all with very rich embroidery to impress many, many women of high stature, so a woman of hers should be no problem. No disrespect, of course, my dear. And before we could get our preparations ready and get down to assist, he's won it without our help. Very good, very good. You did a good job. I knew you could do it. I had faith in you. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Move. I made sure to attend a minor event in Prague in the hopes of seducing Melisande, but she remains unimpressed. Oh, don't worry, my dear. That was only the hors d'oeuvres. The starters haven't even arrived yet. Just getting warmed up. November. When was it for time for change? Now is the time for change. Woohoo! Okay, so we need to convince how many people? We need to tie, don't we? Because our vote counts as the overriding vote. So we need to tie. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to convince 4 of our council to vote with us for a favour. Right. This has to work. Otherwise it's game over. This has to work. Okay. Now our son will vote for us because of course he's a loyalist. That's fine. Let's get to cracking then. The pragmatist should be easy. He probably won't because he doesn't like me. Buy a favour. Or request council support. No. Alright. Okay. Court chaplain. Request council support. Yes! Woohoo! That's 1. You, sir. Council support. Yes! Woohoo! That's 2. Good council. Falco probably won't. Oh, you will! I'll hold off for now because you have been a problem in the past. Marshal Otter, not a problem. He's been a staunch ally of ours for many years, and he's only a mayor, so his favour can't really hurt us too much. Council support, woohoo! And Ordulf, Duke of Saxony. So our son counts. So we've got 3 changes. Our son is 4, and I make 5. Is that right? Is that how this works? So we've done it, surely. 1. Oh, I've counted him. I've counted him. 1, no. 2, 3, 4, And my son is... And me, I get a vote, surely. So that's 5. I think that's enough. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5v3. Yeah, of course it's enough. Right, it better be, because if it's not, I'm going to save it, because if it's a miscalculation on my part, I'm not going to have this screw up because of that. I'm sorry. I don't reload very often, but I will do on this occasion if it's a screw up. Right, LP 8.5. This is 8. Oops. Right. Okay, let's try. Let's get this done. So they've all been off. They've all been done. I've requested support. Right, I've done that. So now it's time to ask for the change. Boom. Right. So here comes the change. No. I've told you the hat is too big for you, love. Now go to your bed. Stick your tongue out at me and I'll bloody chop it off. Don't you dare. Oh! We should be changing. We should be changing the law, but we're too busy to worry about that. We've left it in the hands of our chancellor, and you sort it out. Just get them to vote it in. I'm busy. I have a new spring in my step. Half the court is here, unfortunately, and we can't get any time alone with our amorous quarry. So we should. Oh my God! What should we do? I'm no good at this romance nonsense. Seek an ally among her friends? Leave a note to meet me by the stream, or flirt with her. Well, we won't flirt discreetly because there's too many people and we're a bit out of practice. Perhaps a subtle note? We don't know who to trust among her friends. And we don't want to tell too many people because we don't want the beans to spill. The Emperor is on the prowl. So yes, a note to meet us by the stream away from prying eyes. Oh my God! What's happened? Back in the camp, I noticed Melisandre's acquaintance staring. A premislid dares to stare at me? You better avert your eyes, buddy. You better avert them fast. Next move. Right. You've obviously got in our way. Cityrad premislid. Not a problem. Your cards are marked. We've marked him because my memory today is very bad, so I may forget next week, but I'm going to mark him. Premislid, remind me he's there because we need to teach him a lesson. He's interfered in our business. We won't kill him, we won't maim him, but we'll think of something to do to him. But we shall press on with the game. Because it's a game of love, a game of intrigue, and we will not be beaten. If we can run an empire this big, in our sleep, a mere woman will not best us. And the law has changed. And we've requested support, and they've all accepted. Of course they will, of course they will, of course they will. Your mercy is legendary. Of course it is. Right. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Come on. Let's have a look. Oh, we need peace. We need peace. And they've all got a positive opinion. Oh. 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 See, he doesn't count he doesn't count, which is great. He's a Grand Mayor, he doesn't count. Beautiful. So, all that's left for us to do is to enforce realm peace. Everybody, of course, will be happy with that. Didn't realise the council had to approve. It's a good job they did. So, any... Okay, right. All internal wars raised between your vassals will end with a white peace in 4 months. Lovely. Okay, you're enforcing realm peace. Come on. Come on. Come on, you little blighters. This is the final stroke of the session. Oh, wait a second, wait a second. What do I spy with my little eye? I spy conquest by rumour. Some carefully placed words where they can easily be overheard by notorious gossips can be more effective than a love letter. Or so I thought. Oh my god. Now it's becoming like the thrill of the chase because, you know, she wasn't our first choice. Yeah, she had the fiery red hair, the alluring name, the green piercing eyes, the raspy voice. But, you know, she wasn't the first choice. However, the more that she puts out like this, the more that she runs rings round us, the more and more we want her. There's something about the woman. The fact that she doesn't give in so easily makes her all the more alluring somehow. Another tactic, we'll have her. Right, we're getting there. I'm sorry, Charlene. We're getting there. I was going to finish at 10:30 today. I was going to have an early night because I've been struggling to sleep recently. But this game always sucks you in. Oh my god, stop doing this to me. Stop doing this to me. Who is this? Prince Yesek, my other half-brother, is male and we're going to... Ooh. Marshall would be good, apparently. He's a half-brother, not a son, and therefore doesn't need intrigue, so, you know what? Yeah, we're lacking martial ability in the realm at the moment. Marshall will be perfectly fine. Title loss on succession. Let's keep the speed rolling. What's this? What in the four hells is this? I am trying to enforce a realm peace and you have the nerve to raise up in revolt to halt my progress. Are you flipping having a giraffe, mate? I'm not having this. Where am I? I don't know. I'm confused. Bring forth the levy. This is not happening. Oh, no, it's not. Crush them and crush them quickly. Oh, we're giving up. We're giving up on the chase. No. Emperor Yesek, you are diligent, are you not? Keep going. There is no rush. You will have this woman, I'm telling you now. No, we're not personally leading troops. Are you crazy? No, stop with this. Okay, there's just one war left, I think, and then there's this. What's this? Raiders. I don't think that counts towards your realm peace, right? Let's have a look at the law change. Yeah, obviously we're not at peace at the moment because of the other wars as well. Let's have a look. Let's, keep going. So we got Berthold. Let's go with Nuno, Engelbert, and Constantine, and up we go. He's given up. It's not happening. Realm peace enforced. Now I think this is gonna impact upon us. Yeah, we've got to put this army down very quickly. This is definitely screwing us. Our grandmare is what? What is happening? What the hell? Why is it all now kicking off? Leave me alone! I'm busy! Okay, you've come of age. Very good. Go away. Leave me alone. I'm watching with. He's watching out. You know, he's waiting for news from the army. He's waiting for news. Off you go, my dear. Hamburg's under assault. There's a faction that I've seen that's growing in power. Only slightly. Yeah. Is it increase? No, Prince Bedrick increased council power. 17%. Okay, that's fine. Right, off again. Come on, we'll get this sorted, don't you worry. We'll have it sorted very shortly. These idiots. Peasant revolt. Nobody would dare raise their arms in Prague. What is this lawless land here? In fact, no, it's not. Nope, I will not give in. Right. Ah, good to see my puppet pope is imprisoning heretics. Very good job. And we shall offer peace, enforce demands, and imprison him and deal with him later. We shall disband the troops. Or should we deal with this? We'll deal with these rebel raiders now as well while we're here, very quickly. Oh, they've run off in their boats. You cowardly dogs. That's right, run from our shores if you know what's good for you. Disband the unit. Retinue troops to return home. As always. And we shall step down the commanders. For we are just travelling now and they can travel, you know, with a smaller group and much quicker. And enjoy the ride. Exile Sigismund. That's it. You keep flexing your muscles. We like it. There you go. He's been imprisoned. Been punished. And another imprisonment. He's going hell for leather at the moment, isn't he? Hell for leather. Oh my! Ooh! Holy flipping hell! Slow fever. Whoosh! Swamping the entire of Italy. Popey, get yourselves locked away. He is locked away. Oh my god! Quite there. That's the biggest one I've seen. It's just creeping. We'll forget about that for now. We'll forget about that for now. We'll have to focus on improving our hospital with our vast amount of coin in the next session. Let's do this. Hey! Here we go! Agnatic only. Now I don't think we can change both of these at the same time, so I'm not even going to risk it. And in fact, look at this. How did he get so many votes? Our Holy Roman Empire succession was almost at risk. But not anymore. No siree. Now we do have the pick of the crop. We can change all of them, but I assume we can only change one at a time. We're still in power there. Obviously we never lose power here because there's no other dukes to vote, so we're always going to be in power there. So it's just Italy that's the problem, but I think the Empire is the bigger problem, really. We need to ensure that the Empire becomes Kobyla's own. Primogeniture, it has to be. It has to be. People are not going to like it, but we're now getting old. We're going to do it. Oh! And would you fancy that? We can change more than one at a time, so why not do it for Italy as well? Boom. Suck on that, dogs. You ain't taking my titles. Oh, no siree. And Bohemia, let's make it a full house. Boof! Yes! All of them are going to remain in Kobyla's hands. Unless the whole of the Kobyla line dies, which is unlikely to happen right now, because we're thriving. Secure indeed. Let's look. Let's bask. Air. No. Matthias Kobyla. Wait. Waity. Before we end the session, we have news. We have news. We have two grandsons that we didn't even know about. We've been too busy with our own affairs. That old Spider here and old Black Widow here have had two children in quick succession. Matus Kobyla and Sitirad Kobyla. They're not twins, are they? No, just born very, close together. So, rather different looking children, wouldn't you agree? Born under suspicious circumstances, because we caught the mother philandering. Oh no, he caught the mother philandering. He says that the wife was an adulteress. The first child looks like that. The second child looks like that. Could be just reading too much into it, but that seems a little bit strange to me. Anyway, that's for another session to worry about. He's got kids, which is good because the line will continue, because we now have primogeniture. There's no more electing, there's no more voting nonsense. This is now as it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of ticks and then have a look at the vassal opinion to finish up. How has that impacted on the vassals? Positive, positive. Not quite as positive though. There's a couple of... Okay, yeah, it's caused a problem. A slight problem. Outraged, -50. -50. -50. Outraged, -79. -57. -50. What's that? Outraged, -75. Oh dear. Tumultuous times, perhaps. Possibly. But I don't think it's anything that we can't handle. Hopefully. I think we're going to leave it there. So in the next session, there could be problems afoot. Succession law changed to the horror of the vassals of the Holy Roman Empire when the dukes realise there is no chance in hell that they are going to become emperor themselves. They have been gazumped by the Kobylas. So what's going to happen? Is there going to be uproar? Can we deal with it? Find out next time, as we will press on, no doubt. And I'm going to take care of the housekeeping. Like I did last time, what I'll do before the next session, I'm going to do the housekeeping and stuff off camera. So any sort of manoeuvring, council members and some of just the minor things, and then just go through that at the start of the session verbally. Should be a little bit quicker, and so we can dive right into the session and see what occurs, because I'm sure there's going to be a backlash. But yes, thank you all for joining me. First stream back after holiday, and I'm back into the swing. Lovely jubbly. So the next stream is more than likely going to be Saturday. It's going to be Fall of the Samurai. And there's going to be some Red Dead Redemption at some point this week. I haven't got round to recording any further sessions because I've been tired and recuperating, but I'm hoping to record a session or two tomorrow, so that you might get some Red Dead on Friday and over the weekend. So I hopefully get some sleep tonight. I'm off to Middlesbrough tomorrow for work to do some presentations, so it's going to be another long day, so that's not going to help, but hey ho, we do what we must. So yes, we soldier on with House Kobyla. Thanks for joining me this evening. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. And thank you for staying with me, those of you who are an hour ahead and really at the dead of night. And until next time, see you soon.